Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican for his service Latino.
That's literally not true.
Is that correct?
Oh, for Trump's sake. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Good morning, welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the...
I'm trying to have four.
Don't hush me. Don't hush me. I'm the Recovery Addict. Good morning to you. What a day we have ahead of us. I have no idea who on the internet. Kim, was it you? I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. We've got so much to do today. It's all this morning, though. Who nailed the hush timing yesterday? Seriously, who was spot on with this? It was Kim H. Kim H won the internet. Oh, Kim R says no. It was Emmy L. First time winner. Emmy. Whoa. Emmy. Emmy. Where are you at? There we go. Emmy, welcome. Good morning. It's great to have you here. Love your I think that's a baboon in your profile picture. It looks great. I like that style of artwork, like a Japanese style. I'm not sure if you know Emmy, and so I hate to be the one to have to break it to you, but you being first in chat is a great thing. It's wonderful for us. The first person in chat every time clearly has a lot of excitement for the day. They've got a lot of things to say. They've got energy and time on their hands, clearly. I mean, all these things are apparent to us by their being first in chat. They're prompt. They respond quickly. These are all the things we would look for in a tech support, say, if we had problems with the internet. And so what we're going to do for you, well, for us, to you, is gift you the internet. Everything IP-related worldwide is your responsibility for today until we go live again, where we'll re-gift it some other some other person. Sorry, I hope that wasn't offensive. Emmy, the internet's all yours. Congratulations, it's your first win, but know that you have everything you need to accomplish this and do it phenomenally well. We have all the confidence in the world in you. You're going to do great. This will go on your permanent record. Don't mess it up. Okay? Congratulations, Emmy, on your first-time winner. First-time winner. It can be done. See? It can be done. Emmy, super excited for you. Thank you very much for being here. I will try my best to keep them. That's all we care about. Do your best. Do your best. That's what matters.
The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
It may be upon us. And this is Podcast Thursday. That means we go live 3 times today. We go live first in the morning, once after lunch, and then tonight at 8 p.m. we're going to go live for the podcast, which Thomas is already, I think, done with. I poked my head in there, and all the rundown's already built, which is amazing because he's just incredible that way. He pretty much carries that whole show. But I have to say this before we get to anything else today. I'm going to put what do they call it? An earworm? When you hear a song or some lyrics and it gets stuck in your head. If for some reason you do not want to have that particular song stuck in your head, you're probably going to want to tune out Judge Middleton about right now.
Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were like a blowtorch burning. I was a key that could use a little turning.
There you go. So if you don't have Soul Asylum stuck in your head now for the rest of the day, that's a beautiful song. That song, obviously, that song was just that spoke to my soul as a kid. I played that song on the guitar. It's one of the first songs I learned how to play on the guitar, and loved it. I had never seen the music video that went along with that for so long, and watched it again before the show after Judge Middleton did that this morning with the song of the day. That song really speaks it's awareness to so many of the youth that get lost on the streets. Like 1 million or more of these youth that just disappear into the streets and are lost, and for whatever reason, and they become majority of them become victims of crime. Sometimes they get involved in crime themselves as to survive, and that song brought awareness to that, and it'll bring a tear to your eye. And anyway, go give it a listen, and give the Soul Asylum an extra penny or two for making that one, because that was a good one. It was very influential in my life. All right. I wonder if he'll drop an album after he retires. That would be so amazing. The Judge with a ponytail and a guitar. That would be good. All right. Now we have another song we have to get to, and that's the birthday song. We don't want to miss the birthday song. So if you have a birthday today, hopefully you've made it known before this moment to the moderators using the correct form, which is the proper way to do it. We, of course, will accept late admissions, and we'll razz you a little bit if there's a late admission, because you knew your birthday was coming, right? Everyone knows their birthday. That's just, everybody knows. So you knew it was coming. Josh has a list today. That's awesome. Where's my butter? We're getting to greeners in just a minute. We will talk greeners before we go to court. Trust me, it's going to happen. By the way, while we're getting the birthday list ready, let me say this. Yesterday, went to my gig, the one that's sort of like grown exponentially. It was like mental gymnastics or acrobatics, trying to figure out how I can connect everything together to make the signals and the audio work. I've got it. It's done. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cables to do what they just asked me to say, and they just said, oh, by the way, can you do this? 10 more cables, 3 more devices, or 5 more devices. But to them, it's just like, oh, can you make this happen on the screen? And that's what it took. But I got there. So thank you for giving me a little day off so I could run and prep and do a bunch of testing. I got home about 10 o'clock last night, and it's going to work. It's going to be great. All right. Yes, Luca, add them to the list for sure. Josh will do that. He's that good. Legal Bond, hope your birthday was fantastic the other day. Sorry about the not free waffle. All right. I've decided not to put the puppy's name up to a poll. It's Buffer. The puppy's name is Buffer. The reason why is right there. You heard the Buffer. Buffer is a therapy dog, and sometimes he needs to get my attention, like therapy dogs do. And so you guys, the mods, at least can call Buffer to get my attention. so Buffer it is. Only the mods can call his name in chat, and then that little dog whistle noise you just heard that sounds like the AOL dial-up sound will happen. And it gets my attention. So Buffer the pup is here in the studio. Thank you for that. All right, we have birthdays on the list here. It looks like we have Adriel Hillis. Is it Josh? Is it Adriel Hillis Becky? Because I thought Becky was separate. Is there a comma in there? Because that's a lot. That's like first name, middle name,
Happy
first
birthday.
name, last name, first
You look
name.
Good.
I think Becky's separate. I'm gonna go with separate. He missed a comma. Okay. Adriel Hillis, Becky, Jude, Molly, Nina 17, Rick, Weldon. Oh, Weldon McDonald. Got it. Okay, we're good. Sorry. Josh, I made you retype it. Josh, I'm terrible. I apologize. Josh is absolutely amazing. What he's done for this channel just cannot be measured. Amazing mod, great personality, super flexible, jumps on things and gets them done. Anticipates problems I'm having as on the streaming side and finds solutions before I even know I needed them. So, Josh, thank you very much. I appreciate you, my friend. As do all the mods. It's just they're great people, all of them. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sing happy birthday to Adrielle Hillis, Becky, Jude, Nina 17, Rick, and Weldon McDonald. And by we, I mean all of us. And so here's what we're going to do. Everyone stand up, take a breath, shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room, blend your voice with your neighbor, warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. Seems loud today. It's going to be one verse. We're going to do this. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Becky, Jude, Molly, 9 to 17, Rick, and Weldon McDonald. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Okay, I think we missed a couple. So we've got Molly and Adrielle Hillis, right? We're going to do Molly and Adrielle Hillis. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Molly and Adrielle Hillis. Happy birthday to you. I think that's everybody. I think that's everybody. There we go. And now, everyone who's having their birthday, I realize there are many wonderful days. Today is your special day. There are a million places you could be, a million people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be here with us. The privilege, pleasure, the honor, the joy is ours. Hopefully we can turn some of that joy back to you, make your day a little more special. Begin by helping yourself to free pancakes at IHOP, Village Inn, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlap's house, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. I missed 2 in there. We skipped the Waffle House because they don't do the free thing. Waffle House is like, no, if we do free, we go under. We operate on a razor-thin budget. Oh, whew. Let's see. Can you send it again, Red? That's Sheena. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sheena. Happy birthday to you. There we go. Hopefully, I got everybody. Drum solo, big finish. Get your names on the forms, people. No, she's tomorrow. We'll sing tomorrow. Here we go. Drum solo to finish. We'll get you tomorrow. By a show of hands, and I need everyone to, first of all, raise your hands. Put your hand. Can you raise your right hand? All of you, raise your right hand, wherever you are. Even if you're driving, drive with the other hand. Do you and each of you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you YouTube? Yes? I need a verbal yes. You can't be an uh-huh. Okay, all right. How many of you actually do the drum solo? How many of you actually do the drum solo? Can you, like, wave the hands, do the whole around the toms, bang the cymbal? I need to know. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of no's. Breaks my heart. You guys are missing out. I'm basically offering free drum classes here. I mean, you want to be the cool parent? You want to be, or the cool grandma or grandpa? Man, since I'm about there, I'm going for the coolness. Be the drummer one. And I am teaching free. It's like a master class in drumming. You're going to get your paradiddles and everything else in here. I'm going to help with the drum solo. It sounded weak today, is all I'm saying. It just sounded like there wasn't as many people drumming as I thought there should be. So, all right. With that said, let's go ahead and and wander ourselves over to the internet, where apparently legal proceedings are proceeding. And I need a plug for this. It's not even plugged in. It's like it's in my bag. Josh says, I don't have time to do that or participate in the birthday song. I'm too busy adding people to the list who don't use the form. The struggle is real, Josh. Okay. This is the plug that I'm pulling out of my laptop bag right here. This is the plug that needs to be plugged in right now. And this one. That one's needed for the podcast tonight.
Have them send someone with more experience.
And this one, I think I might be able to get from here. Got it. It's a tight fit. Somebody's calling. Hold on just one second. Hang on.
Call from Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. First, I have a question for you before you say anything. Are you there? Are you a lawyer?
No.
Do you want to be one today?
Yes.
Okay. I need some help. I need some help with a little representation, specifically regarding a incident I may have found myself in through what I might say is no fault of my own or anyone else's. So I think this is a wrongful suit is what it is. So if I put it up on screen, I'm not sure if you can see this.
Okay,
I got served yesterday.
Motion to challenge unfair moderation action against grievers.
I got served.
Comes now the undersigned party on behalf of the aggrieved chatter known as Greeners and respectfully alleges as follows. Number one, facts. On or about the date of streaming, Greeners was actively and lawfully participating in the Recovery Addict chat. Without warning, justification, or due process, a moderator, hereinafter mod, executed a timeout sanction on Greeners. Said timeout deprived Greeners of the fundamental right to banter, react to gavel bangs, and otherwise engage in the chat community. 2, grounds for relief, lack of cause, no specific violation of chat rules, written or unwritten, has been articulated. Procedural deficiency. No prior notice or lesser warning was issued, violating the doctrine of progressive moderation. My eyes starting to hurt. Okay.
You're doing great.
Disparate? How do you say it?
Disparate?
Yep. That's not desperate. What?
What line?
Now I need.
It's disparate treatment.
Okay, now I need to know what that word means.
It's unequal.
Other chatters. Oh, okay. So unfair. Okay, okay. Other chatters engaging in comparable or greater levels of shenanigans were not subject to equal sanctions. Oh, okay. Prayer for relief. Wherefore? Oh, wait. Wherefore? It's gone.
I fixed it. It's coming back. I was getting rid of an ad for some half-naked woman on the screen. Go ahead.
Thank you for that. This is not that channel. Nope. The undersigned respectfully moves that this honorable court, aka Recovery Addict Stream Justice, enter an order vacating the timeout imposed upon Greeners, restoring Greeners full chat privileges forthwith, issuing guidance to the mods to exercise moderation with fairness, transparency, and a dash of humor consistent with the spirit of the channel. Respectfully submitted, Counsel for Greeners, dated the 24th day of September, 2025.
So the fact that he got counsel, I'm nervous, first of all. It means he means business. But Legally Blonde, you called for a different reason. Let's address that first, then we'll go back to this. What can I do for you?
I actually just called to say, I don't know if other people have this issue with the birthday forms.
Yeah.
So last year this happened to me where on September 4th, I put in like my September birthdays, and the only one that took was the first one I put in. So I thought I did it wrong. Now, fast forward to this year, same thing. I put it in, and I'm like, okay, well, this is the last year I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to put them in for the rest of it, like from now until next September. And the only one it took was the first one. I don't know if this is like an iPhone thing or. Because so the next one that came up was Right. The next one that came up was my son's birthday. So I put one in on the 4th for the 5th. My son's birthday is the 19th, and his didn't pop up. And I was like, oh, I put his name in, and you guys sang Liam his own verse, which made his whole day. And then I had to go in and re-put mine in for the 23rd. So it only takes the first one. So I guess actually I have a grievance to file also.
Well, get in line. Apparently, take a number. Well, let me tell you what we'll do. I'll see if I can talk to Amber, and I'm sure she's going to want to make sure this is working right. It might be an issue with the operating system. It might be an issue with the form.
Okay, but fair enough. It could be operator error. I might be doing something wrong.
I wasn't going to say that.
I am legally blonde.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that it's one of those ID10T errors, which as they call in tech support. And the error actually is found between the chair and the keyboard. There are lots of ways to address that, but it might be something on our end. So let us dig that.
Okay.
And then we'll stop.
Now, as your representative against Greeners, I was wondering what are the allegations against Greeners?
Well, he's been missing in chat, and everyone's like, "Where's Greeners?" I'm like, "I don't know. Was it something I said?" And then the idea popped in my head. I said, I wonder if he's timed out or banned for some reason on the hidden list. And I went through and I read the entire hidden list. And it's probably, there are more people on the hidden list now than there ever have been, because we get some weird trolls that want to talk about some strange things with feet and stuff. And they just need to go, right? They don't belong here. So we have a lot of feet people on there. But I'm scrolling through.
They want to talk about which pig you went to the market?
There's Charlie Brown's profile picture with next to Greener's name. And I'm like, oh no, how did this happen? And I made the mistake of saying it out loud. And I'm like, quick, unban, we'll fix that. I'll get him out of jail. And then I get like a panicked phone call from Amber on the hotline, the direct to me, skip all the everything else, direct to my phone. And she says, no. There's a reason that's on there. I'm like, what did he do? Right? Did I miss something drastic? I mean, I know he's pushed the envelope a couple times, but she's like, no. There was somebody who came in who was impersonating Greeners. And Greeners was saying, that's not me. Somebody's got my name and they've used my profile picture. It's not me. And we were able to pinpoint that account and block it. So in my defense, Greeners, we did not time you out. We timed out the people who are trying to silence you through pretending to be you and do bad things. So I feel wrongfully accused. And the mods obviously feel wrongfully accused. I'm taking this as my responsibility. The mods did nothing wrong. But I do need to respond because of legal filing. And let's see what he says here. Let's see. Greener says, on advice of counsel, I'm subpoenaing my entire chat history. Also, rumors of my banning have been slightly exaggerated. It's the slightly exaggerated part. I'm super aggrieved, he says.
First of all, Festivus is coming, so put that in.
Greeners is paying me more than he pays his attorney, apparently. Legally Blonde, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. Thanks for reading the
and if you need further representation, let me know.
All right.
I got you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, let me get through a couple things here. Emmy L, welcome to the gallery. Thanks for being our internet owner. Appreciate your support on the channel. Thank you. Kelly H, can't wait to see what defense does to delay today. We will get to that because there are plenty of delays. I don't think it starts till 9:30. Let's see what else we have. Pauline, member for 26 months. OG, so happy to be here with y'all. I'm a lurker most of the time. Kim R says, where's my buddy Greeners? No, we found him. Greeners comes in with the super chat on the advice of counsel. Greeners, that was hilarious. I showed that to my wife immediately. She was cracking up, laughing, and then she's like, he's not serious, is he? Kim R, Greeners, where are you at? Greeners is here. BGOG, member for 15 months, calls for Greeners as well. Greeners, you're wanted here, clearly. Super aggrieved, says Greeners. I feel your pain. Valerie Cuevas. Is it Cuevas? I'm going to go with Cuevas. First try. Team Greeners, LOL. Love this channel. Red Pen chips into the mod defense fund because the mods truly did nothing wrong. Greeners says, fight. Ginger snaps, Greeners defense fund. How do I divide these? I'm basically paying for both sides. Cindy, enjoyed the moment. Greener's Attorney Fund. Tammy E., welcome back. Greener's Fund. And Greener says, I always knew I would be the end of this channel. He brought us to our knees, Greeners. It was close. It was close. Hopefully we can find a way to reconcile and move forward, probably with the stipulation that you need to be here and chat, quite frankly. I think that would solve everything. Your comedic timing and even sometimes your envelope pushing is so welcome. I say sometimes because I don't want to give you like carte blanche approval. Did I use that right? Anyway, good times all. On behalf of Greeners, I see the best way to modify this is to give Greeners a mod sword. Oh, wow. Oof. Greeners, we need to talk, but not about. All right. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with that. The moderation wrench comes with like a gag. And it's terrible. The two go hand in hand. But once you're wait, I've not gotten the signal we're conversing with the correct Greeners. I see it is. I can see it's the correct Greeners. Gag me, says Greeners. Alita Lay, member for 21 months. Oh, gee, I survived radiation treatment for breast cancer. The chat kept me company even though I was lurking. Thanks for always being there. Alita Lay, wonderful that you're through that and hopefully up on the mend, and just prayers for many wonderful years ahead. I'm glad we could be there. I've heard messages similar to that from a lot of different people who find this community and the friendship and the sometimes the levity and things and just the support that they find here, so incredibly useful at times that are difficult in life. And I'm glad we could be there for you, and this community could be there for you. All right. Yeah, the gag, I don't know if I could do without Greener's comments, but we are getting to the point where we might have some other channels that I will need some mods on that are non-YouTube. But let's wait. I've got to, lots of pieces at play here. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We're gonna start multi-streaming. That's what I'm saying. So we're gonna start. We're gonna pick up Facebook. We're gonna pick up Twitter, maybe Rumble. I don't know. We'll see. I think I can do 6 at once. Twitch. Need to go to Twitch, right? I have no idea how to work Twitch. Twin Tail Fox, I am sorry. I'm sorry. We will definitely keep you company. Greeners could totally behave on Twitch. That's the thing. Some of the platforms might be more lenient because the community is different. So Josh says, I have a Twitch account. All right. Let's see where we are. Judge has got this earworm in our heads. That's all good. Let's see. We're now trying to get to Jose. What time is it? It's 9:15. I think it's going to start in a minute now, if it hasn't already. Jose Soto-Escalera. Let's go here. Wait for it. Okay. Not quite ready yet there, and not ready here either. Let's go on to this one. Sorry, just getting things pieced together for y'all. It's on 8. Okay. All right. Greeners comes clean here. Says, the truth is I've been on the Amtrak from Connecticut to Florida without Wi-Fi to testify for my mailman's cousin. The reason why this is so funny is because the delay in the court that we're about to watch this morning, the sentencing of Jose Soto-Escalera, was because we've got relatives of Jose Soto-Escalera in Connecticut who need to get to Florida. And they were supposed to be on Zoom. But apparently defense didn't get the message when the judge said, let's just use Zoom. Will that work? And they said, yeah, we'll send our guy up and he'll get him connected on the computer and he'll make sure it all works with audio, video. That's going to work. And defense said, yeah, that works. Apparently what defense thought the judge meant was fly them down anyway. And so 4 of them apparently are flying down or traveling down to Florida to testify yesterday. And to enable this to happen, the defense, I guess, got them tickets to say, hey, let's get you down here, first class. We're no holds, we're not going to, we're pulling all the strings, no stops. And they bought tickets for 3 p.m. departure to get to Florida for 8:45 a.m. court. Well, that didn't go very well. So now we have to wait for them to arrive, which we think they have. We also think that right now the defense is interviewing them because they don't know what's happening as far as what they're going to say, and the prosecution wants to interview them because they don't know what the people are going to say, and lots of things happening. So Greener's traveling down to testify in court for your mailman's cousin, who might be a garbage man. That's going to be great. Abby J, member for 21 months, OG. Feeling under the weather this morning. Daycare germs from my baby got me again. Glad I have got you all to keep me company while I work. Abby, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. Those daycares, you need them, right? You love them for their availability. You hate them for their cost. And the germs, they're just like a petri dish. It's like one kid shows up with a sniffle. Next day, everybody has the sniffles. Anyway, good stuff. Good stuff all around. Rick Gruber, thanks for the birthday song. Today's the big 70. Rick, congratulations. You don't look a day over 50. That's got to be a current picture of you as well. So, let's see. The obvious delay of the inevitable has been so much in this trial, and the judge allows it. And I realize every time we have a death penalty case, which it says, we hear the same phrase, death is different, right? And it always comes from the defense. You never hear the state saying, Judge, death is different. I think you should exercise caution here. No, it's always from the defense saying, hey, we know that in a death penalty case, because the stakes are so high, the Supreme Court, realizes that the government taking someone's life is a big deal, a very big deal. And so we would not want to do that wrongly in any way. And so because of that, we allow extra caution, extra leeway, extra accommodations. And defense has played that to the fullest through this one. Just listen to their open for the sentencing phase we got yesterday. I was like, hello? It's like, you guys, don't know what to tell you. All my people are wusses. They wouldn't show up. They're morally bankrupt. They wouldn't show up to defend my star client, who you say is a murderer. What's the world coming to? So I don't know what to tell you because I don't know what they're going to say, or I don't know they're going to be here. Anyway, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Bree Roz, Legally Blonde, did you get my SOS? Amber, she's working with Legally Blonde right now. Bree Roz, member for 5 months, volunteering as tribute co-counsel for Greeners. Love it here with the best on the interwebs. I think Greeners could be counsel for him. He's one of the few people I think could represent himself quite well, and probably win in doing so. You don't want him against you. When somebody has that level of snark and the comedic timing to go with it, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. So it's best just to have him on your side. All right. Greeners will go pro se 100%, although he does counsel right now. It's probably elbow counsel or pocket counsel. I'll just stand there with his papers. I would hire greeners, says Paul Mack. Let's see. After yesterday, my crime time says, after yesterday, I have a feeling no one will come. Okay, this is a legitimate concern. But I think if they made the trip, those that got on the plane and flew down here, I think they're going to testify. But I don't think everybody they wanted to come down got on the plane. Now, maybe that means that only 4 of them come down, and they ended up only getting 4 tickets. But there were 10 at least that they wanted to bring. And what happened to the dad from Puerto Rico? Did he just fall off the radar? He was going to be coming in as well. Maybe he'll be here as well. Let's see. 4 days. They had 4 days to get these people there. Ridiculous. Greeners, I love you. You're innocent of all said charges. He is. They don't call him Grinners for nothing. Let's see. I bow to the class clown with full respect. Greeners, you've got a lot of support here. We missed you, man. Hope everything's going well for you. Let's see. Legal Bond, haha. Regarding SOS here, reach out to me offline to get this birthday form operator error figured out. Thank you. I would be shocked if they show up. What if they took the free ride? Lois, this is great. What if they took the free ride and said, hey, Florida vacation, early fall, it's cooling off down there. What a great time to go see Florida. It's not too cold. It's not winter yet, right? Well, I guess it never really is winter in Florida. I know Floridians think so, but everyone else in the rest of the United States knows that it's not winter in Florida. I mean, it's a great time to, go see the beaches. East Coast, West Coast, take your pick. They're probably all in Disney by accident. Took a wrong turn. Blame Uber. That would be hilarious if they flew down. Great orders for president. We need to get you your channel, Greener, so we can incorporate you a little more fully on the channel. How long can we stay? A week? Yeah. The only flight that's available has us arriving on Monday afternoon and leaving the following Thursday. So a week and a half. That's the only one they had. Willing to be on the jury for Greeners versus RA. I'm open to bribes. Just saying, says Francis. This usually means you're probably not the best person on the jury. It's never winter in Florida. It's only sort of hot in Florida right now. They're going to show up to court wearing Mickey Mouse ears and drinking from one of those big Disney mugs. Greeners does, in fact, have a life outside of chat. Will stand by that statement. He does. My wife is singing the national anthem as part of the. I feel like I should stand up. As part of homeschool today. She sings really well. It's a cappella. All right. She does sing really well. Much better than me, I might add. Let's see if she hits the high note. Here we go. That was it. Sorry, it wasn't very loud. I'll be a paid expert for Recovery Addicts. You guys are funny. Let's see. We're about to begin court. I think it's supposed to start in 4 minutes, so we're about there. It's 9:30. That was the start time. This window pretrial was made possible by the judge recognizing that even though the evidentiary portion of the court is over, and we're on the sentencing phase. Well, not the evidentiary portion. Even though the guilt phase of the trial is over and we're on the sentencing phase, the defense and the prosecution still have to share what their witnesses will say with the other side in case there's something objectionable. I will say that there was nothing objectionable from any of the witnesses that the prosecution put on the stand, and the family was absolutely amazing. Already the defense has had some objectionable stuff where they was like, we want to show the jury the picture of the gurney where they carry out the execution, like with the needle and everything. And that was like, no. That was no. But so we'll see what happens today. We'll see if the family members have things to say. Do you know who the four are? We know that they're relatives, but I don't know if it's siblings, parents. I don't think it's children. Thank you.
On the record, all parties are present. Defendant's present. Jury's not here yet.
3 minutes early.
With regard to the instructions that I'm going to give the jury, Mr. Burns has supplied a list of mitigators that he's going to be relying on. The first one is a statutory mitigator, no significant history of prior criminal activity. Is that the only one on there that's a statutory mitigator?
I believe it is, Judge, and I think the state will not object to that. We may ask the court to announce to the jury that aggravator, that mitigator is stipulated to, and just ask you to read the definition from the instructions.
The question I have is, rather than me read the whole 3 pages of the mitigators that he's going to be arguing to the jury, whether it's sufficient for me to read on the jury instructions 1 and 2, which is no significant history of prior criminal activity, and then the existence of any other factors in the defendant's character, background, or life, or the circumstances of the offense that would mitigate against the imposition of the death penalty, and let the defense argue, and you could even list out, if you wished, on a computer or otherwise, the list there, rather than have me speak it in the instructions.
Well, that's fine. As long as I do want the jury to have in the room with them a list, so that they're not relying on their memory for 28 possible mitigators.
Any objection to that?
The aggravators are listed, of course, right on the verdict form.
That's true.
True dat, says the judge. Okay, I'm going to trigger your OCD here, and you're going to hate me for this. Somebody needs to trim that gold fringe. There's one strand that's like double length. It just needs to be cut even with the others. It's right behind the judge's head. See
Can I just have a minute?
Sure.
I want to call my supervisor.
Sure.
Did he just...
Jurors is running 15 minutes late. Please pull over for speed.
Okay.
Oh, did you hear that?
I thought that was going to happen.
A juror got pulled over for speeding.
Mitigators will come in through evidence from the witnesses this morning. Just so you know.
Sure. Yeah.
It's going to be 15 minutes late.
Hey,
He got pulled
the
over
time,
for
so
speeding.
we got 15-minute delay at least.
Right. And just so Mr. Richardson knows in the court, my position is written list goes back, or court reads the mitigators as part of the instructions separately.
Okay.
In other words, an expansion of number 2.
Right.
Okay.
All right, we go off the record, let the state ponder that.
We have a 15-minute delay, as we heard the jury has not arrived yet. Prosecution said, let me call my supervisor. It sounded like that was prosecution. But then the bailiff says the jury's going to be late because one of the jurors got pulled over for speeding and has been delayed a little bit. I would tell the officer, look, I'm literally headed to jury duty right now in a death penalty case. I'd tell you more, but a judge told me not to talk about it. Call the judge right now. Call the judge. He's going to dismiss this ticket anyway. Call the judge. This juror is going to be like, instead of parking validation, can I just get this one just zipped off? Amber's on the phone. 1 second. Hello. Good morning, Amber.
Good morning, everybody. How are we?
We're good, Chat Mom. How are you doing? That I recognize a tone in your voice. That's everyone listen up. Be respectful.
No, I was just joshing you because I really wanted to call in. And
my judicial assistant scan and email me what you have here. So kind of throwing that out there too. I don't know if the state would agree, but there's probably a way for you to use their screen during your closing argument to put them on the screen if you wanted to do that as you go through.
I want to attempt that.
Okay.
With my hands on any controls.
Gotcha.
All right, go ahead. Well,
I understand.
He's a boomer, he says.
Judge, I have the state's position regarding the list
that
of
juror just automatically take the speeding ticket as an admission of guilt at this point?
Yeah.
Or does he get a medal for trying to be the best juror of the year?
He should get points for trying. They're talking again. Let me jump back to him.
Statutory mitigator, the non-statutory mitigators in the jury instructions, and also we object to any list going back to the jury room with them to assist them in their deliberations.
The defense on that? Anything further?
There's nothing unduly prejudicial about letting them have the list. They have the list of the aggravators. Fair play, seems to me.
Since we have the time, do y'all want to take a look at if there's any case law directly on this point to assist me at determination?
Get your case law out. More delay. This one's on the juror's fault. I wonder if the judge will ask the juror how fast he was going. And the juror, being in court speaking to the judge, has to answer truthfully, which might be self-incrimination. So he should plead the fifth. It's possible that one or more of the people sitting behind Jose right now are residents of Connecticut who have been flown down to Florida for the purpose of testifying in this case. Jose is deep in thought, meditating maybe. There is a possibility that he could speak during this phase of the trial, but it sort of falls on deaf ears. When you fight a charge like this, and then go to sentencing and try to show any sort of remorse during sentencing, it's
Your Honor,
yeah.
we found one case already.
Doesn't fit.
Brady versus State, BRADDY. It's 111 Southern 3rd, 810. It's a 2012 case from the Florida Supreme Court. In that case, the court was confronted with, it looks like, an identical request. They requested 25 separate mitigators to be presented to the jury, and the trial court denied it, and the trial court's decision was affirmed.
What's the citation again?
It is 111 Southern 3rd, 810.
big part of being a lawyer is being able to search up case law in a moment like this to win an argument. Knowing how to search and speed reading to the applicable parts, and then also speeding to the rest of the parts to make sure there isn't something included in that case that actually argues against what you just said. Good stuff.
It's page 856, 857. And we'll keep looking for additional cases.
Okay, reviewing that case.
So the judge, while we're waiting for the jurors to arrive, everyone is there except for one juror who was pulled over for speeding on the way to court. So he's going to be here in the next probably 7 minutes or so. He or she, I don't know who it is. I just assumed it was a he. The two sides have been arguing over the mitigating factors and whether a list of the mitigating factors, these are the things that would say, but go easy on him because of he's never had a criminal record before, or something like that. That's one of them. They have a list of them. The defense wants that list to go back to the jury. Look at all these things that he's good about. And they say, well, prosecution gets the aggravating factors. They go back there with the jury. Why can't we have this go back with the jury? Defense has pulled up a case, this Brady case, that's the judge said, no, that doesn't go back. And the Supreme
While you're
Court
looking there,
affirmed
I'm inclined to sustain the state's objection to me listing them out in the actual jury instructions because I'm going to be reading them. And the nature of those is such that I think it borders on the court commenting in the evidence because there's so many of them are overlapping and they're so numerous. However, the issue about sending the list back to assist the jury I think carries more weight, and I'm more susceptible to granting that than the other because, as Mr. Burns says, the list of the aggravating factors are there for the jury, for the state position, but they would have to rely on their memory without having something listed out. And perhaps if I took, which I now have, if I took Mr. Burns' document and I entitled it Defense Argued or Proposed Mitigators, just to assist the jury in recalling the evidence, not sure that that's really, it's a little outside the box, but given the nature of the proceeding, I'm not sure that, that's a different argument, different request. I don't know if there's any case law directly addressing that particular point.
Judge, if it makes any difference at all in your reckoning, if no list, I understand that there will be no reading of the individual mitigators. You will stick to the script as far as the standard instruction. You are open-minded at this point as far as submitting a list back to the jury to help them in their consideration. If that does not happen, just so everyone knows, I will be asking every juror to pull out their pen and their pad, and we'll go and make a list.
They can't take notes during arguments?
Contemporaneously.
They can't take notes during arguments?
What I could also do is, on the instructions which go back to the jury.
It's not evidence.
As well. I could put under number 2 the existence of any other factors in Soto-Escalera's character, background, or life, or the circumstances of the offense that would mitigate against the imposition of the death penalty.
Did he call
and
him
I could
Hozo?
put in parentheses, attached to these instructions is the proposed list to be argued by the defense, and then they could use that as a reference. I wouldn't go through them myself, but they would be there for that. I think out of family to argue, your argument, the best argument you made was something like what's good for the goose is good for the gander, equal playing field type of argument. It's true. I mean, I'm not suggesting in the instructions these all exist. The jury's still instructed they have to be proved by the greater weight of the evidence. They can reject them, but just for their purpose, this is what's there for time purposes.
And Judge, if I may address the state's case, Brady v. State, regarding mitigation, all that it's talking about, it doesn't talk about sending a mitigation list back to the jury on Head Note 73. What it is talking about is that the court required the defense counsel to argue all non-statutory mitigating factors as one factor. I think that the law has changed since then.
That caught my eye too. Not that it's. I'm not sure that the case stands for that proposition, but the trial judge said that, and that caught my eye. That's not a correct statement of the law. They're not all one grouped. Some of them could be grouped. Like in your list, some of them could be grouped, but they're definitely all relating to many of them relate to different facets and would be different mitigating circumstances. So that would be problematic.
And I think that's why it has a yellow flag, Judge.
All right. Well, I'm going to, unless the state can show me otherwise, I think out of fairness, would take the defense list and incorporate them into the end of the instruction just as a reference for the jury to go back with them, but not go through them when I read them.
The reason I don't like it is because
you're going to give them the list of the non-statutory.
At the end of the instructions, I will copying and pasting it into the end of the instructions.
The only other case we found was Smith versus State, 998 Southern 2nd.
That's what I'm worried it's going to cause.
Trial court did not abuse its discretion during penalty phase of capital murder trial by denying defendant's request for a jury instruction regarding his list of non-statutory mitigating factors. Trial court denied the request, noting that counsel could argue all the particulars supported by the evidence, but that the court would give the standard catch-all instruction. So I guess that's just the only other case that we found in searching right now.
And add it sort of as an addendum to the instructions under the
James, I'm concerned that that's what this
the existence of any other factors. I'm going to put in parentheses, a list is attached here too for your reference regarding the defendant's proposed
mitigators.
Factors. And then I'll entitle it the defendant's proposed factors
the witnesses should be out in the hallway.
Within my discretion to do that, given the nature of the proceeding, I think that's fair, as Mr. Burns argued. It's good for the goose is good for the gander. There's a unseemly imbalance, and here are your aggravators. I realize that the nature of the instructions is they're statutory, non-statutory, but what we do with the jury for purposes of the determination, there's no difference. A mitigator is a mitigator, just some are listed out and others aren't. So puts it on a balanced playing field.
Every time the judge says due to the nature of the proceeding, he means death is different.
You still should be required to elicit evidence to establish all of this.
Oh, absolutely. These are proposed instructions. And when we get to that point, if you think any of them were not suggested by the evidence, I could strike them.
Right, I would anticipate we would have to take a few moments to
Yeah, we'll still have it.
once the defense evidence.
But this helps quite a bit.
Yes.
I think it helps both sides quite a bit. And it saves Mr. Burns from doing what he said there too. They don't need to take notes. They have the list that back there. Out of fairness, I think that's just fair. The instructions don't dictate to them that these have been established. They're just proposed. The instructions particularly tell them it's the defendant's burden to prove that one or more mitigating circumstances exist. There's a whole paragraph on that. Greater weight of the evidence. And so I think that's all fair. So I'll keep that hold it in abeyance when we get to the actual charge conference to determine if that something on the list should go back. We'll make that determination, which is probably helpful too, because it's kind of a motion in limine. Mr. Burns intends to argue it, so if you don't feel the evidence, there's no evidence of it, I would preclude that. He may, depending on what the people say, there was some type of a concession yesterday in his opening statement that typical with litigation, you think you know what people are going to say, but you're not actually sure how it's going to come out when they actually take the stand. So it's possible that you may think that's going to be said, but it may not come across that way.
That's the beauty of live testimony, Judge.
Yeah, that's why this is a low-stress occupation for lawyers, right? All right, so we've got that, and you've been able to talk to the witnesses. You have, is it 4 people that flew down? They're all Spanish-speaking. We have
got 4.
Miss Valdivieso. She's out in the hallway. Oh, there she is. Okay. So now she's actually testified before in the guilt phase of the trial. And I've already sworn you for purposes of the trial, so I actually don't need to do that before the jury. I'll just remind them of who you are when we get to these witnesses. Are going to testify through the interpreter. What's that?
We may only have one Spanish.
Okay, right. And I'll reiterate the instruction about using her translation as the proper translation, since she's the court certified interpreter. How are we doing on our
Last one just walked through the front door.
okay, so we still have some any other issues to address before we get ready to get started?
None from the state.
Okay.
Well, one thing, Judge, just so you know, Mr. Richardson, in what I take as an instance of fair play, he may have his reasons, but the state is going to permit some sworn deposition testimony to be entered as part of the defense penalty phase case, and that would be the deposition of a lady named Madeline. And we will adopt the same method, I think, that the state used in presenting it with 2 people doing a question and answer.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
The state has no objection.
Okay.
We get
all right, so we'll go off the record.
we
Just
get the
waiting
read
the
through.
jurors all to be ready to come in.
Okay. All right. We're almost ready. Almost ready. I'm not sure if somebody reminded me of my glasses, but I just thought of them and put them on again. So I think I remember them myself. We're almost ready. The concern I have about the list, if the 2 lists go back to the jury, I don't know how you keep them from contrasting them and saying, wow, defense has 20 things on their mitigator list and the state only has 4 aggravators. Clearly we can cross off, we can reduce, right? We can cross off 4 of the aggravators and 4 of the mitigators, and now there's just mitigators left. That's, that would be who has more, right? That's not the way it should be done. That's my only concern with that. I do think the defendant should have the right to argue. The defense should have the right to argue all of these things. But I don't know. I guess some people might have. How do you explain to Tanya's mother that because this is the first person the defendant has been charged in killing, and he hasn't been charged in killing anyone previously, that the penalty is lighter. That had your daughter been number 2 instead of number 1, then we would have had given a death penalty. That I don't know. I've got to think that over. I mean, part of me can see that, and part of me can't. I'm not decided on that. Especially knowing that one of the motions the defense made at the beginning of the trial was, Your Honor, we move to exclude part of this recorded testimony of our client speaking in the truck because he admits to another killing in another jurisdiction previously. And that would be just too prejudicial for this jury to hear. That's a tough one. Punishment isn't for the mother. You're correct. There's 2 people with 1 murder. Nothing like some extra prejudice. There is no walking free, right? He will never leave the prison alive unless it's to get medical treatment. He'll be incarcerated for the rest of his life, and whether his life is ended on a specific date or he dies of natural causes, that will be the case. Barring there's a change in the law, right? There's always that option. And let's see, you don't get a freebie if it's a heinous crime. The mitigators are reasons the defendant has that mean he shouldn't get the death penalty. I leaned for life without parole since he'd be required to work rather than sit on his behind until he meets his D-Day. There is an element of that seems more just, because in theory it lessens the burden on society, right? Who part of this is, you're paying your debt to society. You've harmed the greater whole. And now you're harming them further by just costing them money and increasing their taxes. Whereas people who serve on death row don't have that. Now, tell me, if you're on death row, you get a TV and you get a tablet. Are these things not available to prisoners who are serving life without parole? Because I swear Sarah Boone didn't get the death penalty, right? She got life without parole. And she's got a tablet, right? They're available. You just have to. Which one was Sarah Boone? And she's in Florida as well. It's available to lifers. I think they all get it. It's just you have to share it.
Go ahead.
Light came on.
Where you said proposed factors, should it be proposed circumstances?
Yeah, that's better. I'll change that. I'll put mitigating circumstances.
Yes, sir. That's how it was referred to earlier in the instruction.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
So death row, the taxpayer buys your tablet and your TV.
Change it on the top of the list too.
And lifers, you have to pay for your own.
On the addendum.
To get a TV but not the remote, they have to walk up and change the channel. Oh, man.
Like the jury's ready to go. Y'all ready for the jury? Need a second? Take your time. Let me know.
Just so we want to be all on the same page
Sure.
regarding this stipulated transcript.
Gotcha. Go off the record.
Carrie, come.
Not on and off the record this morning. We should be starting here shortly. It's almost 10 o'clock. More delay. Why are we giving prisoners tablets? Dixie, there's I had a good talk with the sheriff in the last county I lived in about this, because news broke that that inmates were getting pizza parties and movie nights. And somebody might say, "What? This is not like, spring break. Why are you bringing in pizza and movie nights for the inmates?" And so I asked him, I said, "This just sounds wrong." And he said, "Look," they sat down and they looked at the numbers, and they looked at the behavior instance, the number of fights, the number of serious injuries, the harm to the officers, everything else, and said, "We instituted a reward program where we will bring in," and it's basically like Little Caesars, cheap $5 pizzas, and play a Disney movie or whatever it was. I don't know probably not Disney. One night a month. But to qualify for that, you have to work all your shifts that you're supposed to work. You have to be stellar. You have to have, pass all your inspections and everything else. It makes them behave, and it saves so much money for the jail when that happens, that it's actually a cost savings, and it does seem like a reward. It's a Hallmark movie. It's the same one over and over. Mr. Kroger's Christmas. That's the one you get to watch. That's it. It's positive reinforcement, and it makes the jail safer. Yeah, so now you have to be bribing criminals to behave. I can see the argument at least now, because the biggest one for me, I don't think a strong argument for me being on the outside is saying that's not fair. I don't want them to have it easy. They should suffer, right? Being locked up is the punishment. We're not supposed to torture them at the same time, right? I realize that some people say, I hope you suffer. Think about this the rest of the time you're incarcerated. I don't think that's my place to say once the judge has issued that you will be incarcerated. Now we're going to incarcerate you and make your life absolutely miserable, with no rays of sunshine at any point. I think that would be a little bit more cruel, but anyway. They're still behind the cement. It's a movie in frozen pizza. Yeah, it's not bad. So I got on board with that one a little bit. The tablets are pretty much locked down. They're not just, you can't just run a YouTube channel from prison using the camera and live stream and get on all your favorite naughty sites. Robert, little devil's advocate here. We're not supposed to make them suffer, but can we, hypothetically speaking? I don't think that serves the purpose of incarceration, especially for those who have a fixed term of less than life, right? A limited term. Only felons. It's a chat site, text only. Basically Reddit without the pictures. I forgot what I was saying before Greeners threw me off track there. Okay, we were talking about a fixed term of a limit, right? The purpose of incarceration is to teach a lesson, right? You pay your debt to society to help you get back, to recondition you to be back in the real world and to not do that again, right? It's the incentive to, you don't want to be here, you don't want to do this again, change your ways, become a good model citizen of society, and we don't want to see you here again, period. Recidivism, the revolving door of the jails is ridiculously high. The people that come in and go out again. And if we torture people and treat them like a lab rat while they're in jail, although some people might say, well, that's what you deserve because of what you did XYZ, it's probably going to just make it makes them an angry dog. It makes them a mean dog. It makes them want to bite people the first chance they get, and so we let them out because they've done their time. And are they any better? No, they're probably worse. So I am in favor of programs in jails that education programs that teach skills. Oh my goodness, better than the degree. Learn how to be a plumber. Learn how to do a skill that a lot of people don't want to do. Okay, when any of Micro's dirty jobs, right? Any one of those, teach those in prison. And then say, look, now you can come out, you can work for yourself, or you can work for another company that will hire you. A lot of those jobs will be more flexible on hiring for backgrounds. And with supervision, I think that's great. And then, get ahead in life a little bit. Give them an opportunity to earn some money so they don't feel like the only way to get a start is to have a quick come up by stopping by the bank with a mask and a pew-pew. So... drywall too. Yeah, drywall works. But you got to be good. I feel bad for the young guy yesterday that Regeared didn't give a break. It's not over yet, and I think the judge is still leaning that way. I think the guy... I'm torn. I thought about that a little bit yesterday as well. And the guy we're talking about, his name was Brock, I think. Brock Collins or something like that. He committed some crimes when he was younger, had a bad attitude, ran up a rap sheet in a couple different counties, and then went to jail for a while, got out, and then just didn't do anything for 20 some odd years, just like, or a dozen years or so. He left tickets just out there, unresolved. And then he's like, okay, well, now I want to go do something. I want to, turn my life around. That's great. I'm a big fan of this, right? I've turned my life around. I'm going to get my CDL. I'm going to work. I'm going to, be a respectable citizen. I'm following the law. And so I'm calling all these courts saying, hey, I need to fix this. 10 years ago I did this. A lot of the courts just said, hey, 10 years. Yeah. Thanks for calling. We'll just go ahead and just cross that off. Got to 13th Kansas, and that district court wasn't so quick to roll over and say, sure, we'll just cross off your $536 in fines that you'd never paid and you never showed up for. You had a no-show. You just disappeared. So I can see Mr. Aguirre's saying, hey, it's nice that he comes here now that he wants something and we stand in the way. He's like, oh, now I need to fix it. Can you just make it go away? But at some point there has to be that pay the debt to society, pay the fee, make the, at some point, there has to be some accountability, and maybe he got that in prison. But I can see both sides of this. I'd like to see a middle of the road for him. I'd like to see a quick response where the court in Kansas reaches a point where he can resolve this, pay his fine, but not just like kick him while he's down at the same time. Let's see. Yeah, being remorseful is only part of it if you refuse to pay the fine and pay the fee. Red, I agree. Mr. Aguirre, part of the problem is Mr. Aguirre does have the persona that seems to match a android robot. And that's one of the reasons why we love him. He's really good at what he does. But he's also he is Javert in Les Mis. For those of you that know Les Mis, he's I'm the law and the law is not mocked. It's just this is the rule. The law must be followed, must be obeyed. You you broke the law. You must pay the fine. You must do the time. In Les Mis, if you haven't watched that musical, the main character Valjean. Jean Valjean originally goes to prison because he stole bread to feed his starving family, and this is one of the crimes that I have the biggest soft spot in my heart for, because when it comes down to survival, at some point everyone can only get pushed so far, and I think that we as a society have a burden to make sure people don't get to that point where their only option is either to lay down and die or to break a law to try to survive. But we've got Regier being Javert, the prison guard, without seeing that there's another side to the law, that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. By the way, I watched Les Mis in England. I think it was in the Queen's Theatre or something like that. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. I think the fact that Brock mentioned he sent $400 to another court is what Regier took offense to. I think he was saying he has the money to pay to get his license reinstated, like the fee to turn it in to get to apply for the CDL or whatever. Starving is a defense. Warren, member for 30 months, says, really enjoy this channel. Usually listen in the background while working. Warren, thanks for lurking. 30 months makes you an OG. Hope work goes great for you today. Hopefully also we get some court so you have something to listen to other than me ramble on. Any minute now, we expect this to actually take off and happen. We think it will be a verdict today. We've got our fingers crossed that it will happen. Let's see. Holy smoly, Warren. Woot woot. Prisoners have better health care and dental than most of us. They do. They've got better health care and dental than I do because I don't get... my health care and dental is as much as I can afford to pay. That's what mine is. YouTube offers none of that. Space Dudette, welcome. Good to have you here. Let's see. We get community theater. Dental in prison sucks. They won't repair anything. They just pull it. One of my favorite songs is Master of the House. That's a fun one. Watching them act that out. That's where it's sung by the innkeeper and the innkeeper's wife. And if you haven't seen this, the innkeeper is like a scoundrel. Okay, he runs this dirty, nasty inn where he basically is the king on his throne, but it's a throne surrounded by drunks.
All right, we're all ready for the jury. Let's bring in the jury. We'll get started.
Finally. Anyway. Spoiler alert. Sorry. Watch Les Mis. It's a lot of fun. Missy's Angels. You've got a cool font that showed up here. I don't know how that worked. $200 with no insurance. I swear, I can't visit the dentist without making one of his boat payments. I don't know how that goes. It's like, just hand me one of your bills for the boat or the cabin or the rental property you own or something. Just hand me one of the bills and I'll pay that and then just fix my tooth. That's what I want. Music is so powerful. Got dental coverage from federal government for seniors. Any without coverage of all ages is amazing. There's an argument to be made there. I realize it gets into the political world, but it's frustrating when the people who need the most help get the least help.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And of course, let me remind you,
I've been there.
Trial continues. Don't form any definite or fixed opinion about what we're doing at this time until you've heard all of the evidence, the arguments by the attorneys, and the instructions on the law by me. Also, make sure to confine your decision in this case to the proper evidence and nothing else, so don't speak to anyone, including your fellow jurors, about the case until you begin to deliberate, of course, with regard to your fellow jurors. We continue on with the defense mitigation case, and Mr. Burns, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. May we have Ms. Carrie Schwartz to the witness chair?
Carrie Schwartz or Cherry
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burns has advised me he intends to read a deposition. Is that correct, Mr.
It is. It is a transcript of a deposition, Your Honor.
And this person is not the deponent. This person is just being used to facilitate the presentation of the evidence to you. So she does not need to be sworn as a witness at this time. She's being used as a conduit, if you remember in the guilt phase of the trial, the same procedure the state used with regard to their conduit witness, just to put the evidence before you. And Mr. Burns, if you want to explain to the jury what the item is.
We're going to channel the witness right now.
A couple of months ago, a lady that we of the defense had hoped to use as a witness came and gave a deposition. The way it works in Florida, if the state lists witnesses, we get to ask them questions. It's a deposition. And when we of the defense list witnesses, the state gets to ask them questions. So there's no trial by ambush or anything in Florida. And in a deposition, the witnesses are sworn to answer truthfully. So this is a lady who came in. Her name is Madeline Colon. She spoke and gave this deposition under oath on July 7th, 2025. And with the agreement of the state, we're going to, and following the methodology that they used earlier in their case in chief, we're going to read it to you. I will be playing the part of Mr. Richardson, who was asking the questions. I feel like I should borrow his white hair for this role. But I will be playing the part of Mr. Richardson,
And Ms. Schwartz here, who is my mitigation specialist in the case, will be reading Ms. Cologne's words. Okay? Are you ready, Ms. Schwartz?
I'm ready.
All right, we're on page 3, gentlemen. Go ahead and state your name for the record, please.
Madeline Cologne.
Okay, and a few background questions. Have you ever been arrested before?
Yes.
Okay, for what?
Driving on a suspended license.
Okay, what county was that in?
That was here when I moved. I want to say probably 2007, 2008.
Okay, and I assume that was a misdemeanor?
Yes.
Okay, and were you convicted?
I had to do probation.
Okay, gotcha. Any other arrests?
No.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
No.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime of dishonesty, such as theft or worthless checks, or things of that nature?
Hold on. I think it was also when I moved here, like an $11 check from Publix, but that was a long time ago.
Okay, was that in St. Lucie County?
Yes.
Okay, do you recall what happened to that?
No, they stated that I had insufficient funds in my account. It was like $11 and some change. That's how I found out, because I got arrested on Halloween night. I was on the passenger side and the driver pulled over because I was sick, and they took me to jail and not the driver because they said I had a warrant out for my arrest for an $11 check, which I didn't remember.
Okay.
But that was like when I first moved here.
Okay, okay. And how do you know Jose Soto-Escalera?
He's the father of my child.
Okay, and when did you first meet him?
I moved here 2007. I probably met him the same year that I moved here because I had Antonio. Wait, about the end of 2007, beginning of 2008.
Okay, you said several times you moved here to Florida. Where did you move from?
Michigan, Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and how did you meet Jose?
Social media.
Okay.
MySpace.
On MySpace?
Uh-huh.
So the days before Facebook?
Correct. That's when I found out. I'm like, oh, what was his name? Tom? I'm like, he owes me child support.
Okay, gotcha. And did you never married Jose?
No.
You were never married to him?
No.
But you did have a child?
Correct.
What is the child's name?
Antonio Escalera.
Okay, and what is his date of birth?
10/20/08.
Shout out to
Okay,
Tom.
and how long were you in a relationship with Jose Soto-Escalera?
It wasn't long in the beginning because I moved here in 2007. We met, I ended up pregnant, we moved in November.
Moved in together in November?
Moved in together in November.
Okay.
Of 2007. And then we split up after I found out I was pregnant because he was in another relationship with somebody else. I was the rebound girl and I didn't know.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
So how many months would you say you were in a romantic relationship with Jose Soto-Escalera?
I came here before July 4 because it was my birthday, September. So probably July, August, September, October, like 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did you maintain a relationship with Jose Soto-Escalera after you had your child Antonio?
As in romantically? We did try to make it work for about a year, and then we split up again because we figured it was better off us being friends.
Okay.
Because Jose kept me and the other girl.
And you're motioning with your hands. Do you mean he was having...
Back and forth.
Relationships with other women?
Myself and the other girl he was with before I found out.
Okay, gotcha. And after you after the romantic relationship was completely severed,
uh-huh,
did you maintain any kind of relationship with Jose?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We're friends.
Okay, so you're still his friend?
Absolutely.
Okay, and did he pay you child support?
No, he didn't have to. We had an agreement that he would take Antonio. When he would drop him off on Sundays, he would bring groceries, school supplies when it was time for school. I would get him his shoes because I'm very picky about the sneakers. He would get him clothes and supplies. And then him and his wife would pay for the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, and did Jose actually honor that agreement?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
So Jose does not owe you any additional money?
No, I don't. I mean, you have a responsibility. You know, we made a kid together. This is what you do. This is what I do.
Okay, gotcha. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a receptionist. I work at a doctor's office.
At a doctor's office?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. During the entire length of your relationship with Jose Soto-Escalera, has he ever been violent with you?
No, he actually helped me out because I came from Michigan because of a domestic violence situation with my older 2 children. I sent my older son here with my mom, and then the last straw for me was when their father broke into my 2nd-story home. I thought I was going to be dead, so I took my younger son, my middle child, and moved over here to Florida.
Okay.
And then I met him. That's why, I don't know, it was just fast. But he showed my 2nd son how to ride a bike. My 2nd son says that's his father, and then I ended up pregnant with Antonio.
Okay, and you said Jose helped you following the domestic violence?
He made me feel secure, made sure that I was okay being in another relationship because I was with my first kid's father for like almost 10 years.
Okay, and how exactly did he help you feel secure?
How do we say? We have setbacks like PTSD. I've had a lot of triggering moments, as in if I see an argument, like if we're having a conversation and it gets a little bit heated and you're confronting me, that makes me pull back because of the situation that I was in before. And he just never made me feel like I needed to be worried about going into another room or going to spend the night at my mom's house. I was never scared. Even I'm a little hot-headed, so I would be the aggressive one, and I would start things, and he would just leave and then come back.
Okay. It sounds like you guys had a fairly deep relationship. Is that fair to say?
We did. I mean, coming from where I came from to then coming here to meeting him is completely different. Living in Detroit, coming to Florida is just like, wow, you know, the people are different, the atmosphere, the way you dress, the way you talk, family-wise. It was just... everything was there. Him and his family, me and my kids, they invited us everywhere and never was like worried about leaving my kids with him. It was never that feeling.
Would you say you had a close relationship with Jose?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we still do.
Still do?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Meaning that you would talk about things that perhaps you would not talk about with an acquaintance or simply a friend?
Correct, because I would feel he would never judge me.
Okay, so Jose was non-judgmental.
No.
And you would share things with him on an emotional level that you would not necessarily share with somebody else?
Correct.
Okay, and did that street run both ways? Did Jose share things with you?
I thought he did until I found out that I was the 2nd girl.
Okay.
And I was not the main one. But he was very good with it, you know. He would say that because he was security, so he would work during the day, and then he did security at the bars at night. So that made me feel like, okay, he's doing his work. He needs to come home because he needs to make sure everybody is home after 2 o'clock, after 3 o'clock when they close the bars.
Okay. Did Jose ever share anything with you regarding his childhood, the way he was brought up, anything of that nature?
I do not know about him when his first children's mother got together in Connecticut. He told me about that story.
Tell me about that.
How they moved over here. They were young. She was a little bit older than him, so he was kind of like in the streets being a rebel, not going to school, and then his mom didn't force him to go to school. He met some Hispanic family, which they call themselves brothers now. They all moved over here together when Aracelis was pregnant with their first child.
Okay, you said the name of a woman. Can you repeat that?
Aracelis.
How do you spell that?
Aracelis, I don't know. I know her last name is Lopez. That would be his first children's mother.
His first child's mother's name is Aracelis Lopez.
Correct.
And how old was Jose when he fathered that child, if you know?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 16, I think, around there.
Okay, have you ever met that child?
Yes.
What is that child's name?
Jose.
Jose Soto-Escalera Jr.?
I don't know if he has the Soto-Escalera because after a certain amount of years they found out that he was not his child.
They found out that...
Aracelis told Jose after, I think 18 or 19 years old, she called Jose and Jose Jr. and had a sit down and told them, hey, by the way, he's not yours, but Damien is. So I feel like if he was about to snap on anybody at that moment, he should have, because that's, excuse my language, pretty shitty. But if she wasn't certain as well, maybe that's probably why it was never brought up.
Okay, so let me just fill in some blanks. The person who told Jose...
Is the mother.
Okay, just to be clear, so Miss Enlow here is taking down everything that we say.
Oh, okay.
So I know it's hard to, we don't have conversations like this normally, but
Uh-huh.
if you could just wait until I finish my question before you answer, I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
It just makes her job easier.
No problem.
So the person who told Jose that Jose Jr. is not Jose Sr.'s father is, what is her name?
Aracelis Lopez.
Lopez?
Lopez, uh-huh.
Okay, gotcha. And you also mentioned the name Damien.
That's their second child. Jose has 4 children.
So Damien, and what's Damien's last name?
Escalera.
Okay, and Damien is the son of Aracelis.
Lopez, correct.
Okay, and so what you're saying is that Damien is the biological child of Jose Soto-Escalera.
Yes.
Okay, and the source of your information for this story
Uh-huh.
is Jose Soto-Escalera.
Yes.
He told you that?
Yes.
Okay. Have you spoken to Aracelis?
Yes.
Okay, did she give you the same account?
Yes.
Okay, have you spoken to Damien?
Yes.
Okay, does Damien give you the same account?
It was conversated once. They're really kind of private with themselves, so it's not something that we just bring up. But it was known once everybody found out, and that was left alone.
Okay.
But Jose still treated Jose Jr. as his own.
As far as you know, did Jose Soto-Escalera treat Damien well?
Yes.
Okay, how do you know that?
Because we were together when they would come over, and his third child, which is Joel Maldonado, he would also come over. He's with a different mother.
Okay.
They would come to my house. Aracelis would leave the kids over, but the older 2 were able to travel themselves because they are older children. So they would come to my house without their mother or without Jose being there. They would just come over.
Okay. Have you ever seen Jose Soto-Escalera treat any of his children with anything other than respect?
No.
Okay, he's been a good father?
Correct.
As far as you can tell?
From my understanding, the first 3 he did pay child support for. The only one was my child because I didn't feel like there was a need because I saw how he took care of his other children. Clothes, shoes, haircuts, whatever they needed, Jose was there.
So obviously if Jose Soto-Escalera is having this conversation with you and he's telling you these intimate details of his life,
yes.
Did he trust you?
Absolutely, because he cried, and he's not much of a crier. He was hurt.
I understand.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me ask you this. Has Jose Soto-Escalera ever told you anything about being abused as a child?
No.
Okay, as far as you know, was Jose Soto-Escalera ever abused as a child?
No.
Okay, same question for being sexually molested. Has Jose Soto-Escalera ever told you anything about being sexually molested?
No.
Okay, do you know anything about that?
No.
Okay, and I'm not suggesting he was.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? Oh, my God.
No, I'm not suggesting he was. I'm trying to find out if he was.
Okay, phew.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Did Jose Soto-Escalera ever reveal anything to you about his biological father?
He told me that he moved to Puerto Rico. He really didn't have much of a relationship with him. He told me that he was pretty tall because we were trying to figure out how our son is taller than the other ones. And Jose is not that tall for me. I don't think he is. He's pretty average of a man height. But he's like, oh, he should get that from my father because he's, I think, over 6 foot or something. That's pretty much the base that we've spoken on his dad. I've never met his mother either.
Okay. Did Jose reveal anything else to you about his life that was upsetting to him, Jose?
Besides that, he really didn't have much of a communication with his dad. No, not really.
Okay, was Jose ever involved in any kind of street gangs or anything while he lived in Connecticut?
That I don't know.
You don't know?
Uh-huh.
Were you Did you still maintain a relationship with Jose in August of 2018?
Yes, absolutely.
When was the last time prior to that date that you had an in-person conversation with Jose Soto-Escalera?
We would see each other every week because he would pick up Antonio every week, every weekend.
Okay, he saw him on the weekend?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It was either Friday. If he was not there to pick him up, it would be Debbie. But he would make sure that he was there on Sundays because he would bring the groceries to my house.
Okay, but you would see him on the weekends?
Uh-huh.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, did you ever see him on like a Thursday night?
Sometimes. It depended if my son wanted to go and see his dad, because we remained friends and I honestly thought me and his ex-wife were cool too. Like I didn't have any bad vibes or anything towards anybody. So whenever they said, hey, I want to see Antonio, can we meet up or can you bring him by? Antonio was asking me to see his dad. I'll call them. If they're home, I will take him. It can be any day of the week, but mostly I would see him like either Friday or Sunday when it was like pick up or drop off.
Okay.
Or if I had to pick up a check from them for the Boys and Girls Club that they couldn't drop it off, I would swing by their house and they would give it to me and I would give it to them.
Okay. Have you ever seen Jose use was he ever violent with anybody?
No.
That you saw?
The most I've seen was somebody that he had to like manhandle to get out of the club because they were about to fight.
Okay, can you tell me about that?
Just to break up a fight. You know how the security have to grab you by your arms to drag you out and then leave them out, and that's it.
Where was this? You said it was at a club?
It's by, I'm trying to remember because the club is not open anymore. But you know the turnaround by Jensen, where you go to Jensen Beach, you're going over the bridge, you can go right towards Stewart. I think it is, but it has a CVS. I'm trying to remember the name of that place. I believe it's a restaurant now, Copacabana. I think that's what it was called. Yes, he was security there.
Jose worked as security there?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, was Copacabana.
And about when did Jose break up that fight? What year? 2018, 2015, 2016?
No, that's when him and I were dating, so like 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Yes, that was back then.
But that...
When him and I were dating.
That was about the only time that you've ever seen...
Uh-huh, because on Thursdays we used to go to bike night. He used to ride motorcycles. We had our own little, like friends, like our little friend group. We would meet Jetty, Luris, home.
You've never seen Jose be violent?
Uh-huh.
Is that no?
That's a no.
Okay.
Listen, I burned his clothes.
What do you mean by that?
I had a moment. After I had Antonio, he was still with the other girl. I found out, so I took Antonio out of the crib, put him in Jose's truck because Jose had a brand new F-150. It was red 4-door. He had a very nice motorcycle. It was a Thursday and he was out and about, so I found out where the girl lived. I went by her house. I called him because I saw his motorcycle there. They came out. I was the aggressive one. He kind of like picked me up and threw me in the truck and he was like, you can't do this here. You're not in Michigan. You're in Florida. So I went and made a U-turn. I friggin' broke her mailbox, went home, parked his truck. Went inside the house, took the baby, put him in the crib, grabbed all his belongings, went outside, I keyed his truck, I burned his clothes.
Okay.
There's a song about
I gave
this.
him like 3 or 4 flat tires. I almost busted all his windows. I called his sister and she's like, don't do it, Maddie. But I didn't bust his windows. But I only did, yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't, when he came, he didn't park his motorcycle at home because his motorcycle was his prized possession. It was really nice. So he left it in the middle of the street and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, going crazy. And he's like, they're gonna call the cops on us. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. So yeah. And I even took his phone. He was talking to his sister to come pick him up. I even took his phone out of his hand and I broke it in half. And he still didn't even.
Still didn't what?
No, he didn't put his hands on me. He was just trying to calm me down. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, this is when I told you exactly what I was going through and you put me through the same situation and maybe even worse.
Okay, and did the police ever get called?
They did not, thank God, because I was not trying to go to jail with an infant and 2 children at home. It was just a stupid reaction.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is there
okay.
anything else that you can tell me about Jose Soto-Escalera that would assist the court system in figuring out this case?
I honestly feel that he should have been honest on having a relationship with Tanya or having a sexual relationship with her, because he's always had, it's nothing new that he's always had 2 women in his life, and one of the 2 was always pregnant. It was like a pattern from my understanding. First baby mama, then to second baby mama, and then to me. So it's always been, he's always had 2 women. So what was the difference in this case? Because you married somebody else, which was older than you?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's just weird to me, that's all.
And we will conclude there.
It was just getting good. Wow.
Thank you.
Apparently his relationships
Next
all tend
witness
to
or item
end
of evidence.
the same way.
Judge, may we have Joanne Stone summoned from the hallway?
If this is another girlfriend, this will help me. Man, what she did to his truck. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Good song.
Do you swear affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
I hear flip-flops.
And you may inquire of the witness.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. You
We're
see
in
that
Florida.
microphone right in front of you?
I do.
Sit real close to it. Tell us who you are, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Joanne Stone. I am the cousin to Jose Escalera.
Where do you live, Joanne Stone?
I live in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
How long have you lived there?
My entire life, 41 years.
And you said that you are Jose's cousin.
I am.
How well would you characterize that you know him?
Well, Jose and the rest of us were all brought up together. So we're all like brothers and sisters.
The purpose of your testimony is to help the jury learn something about Jose's character.
Right.
What can you tell us about his character? Have you ever seen him to be violent?
He was never violent. He was always humble, very quiet, and he was the fixer. He fixed everything with us. If the girls, there was more girls than there was boys. So the girls argued a lot. Jose would fix it. Jose never showed signs of any anger at all. And he actually left Connecticut because it was becoming very, very violent.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions, too. What type of neighborhood did Jose grow up in? Was it violent?
We grew up in a very terrible neighborhood. We lived really up the street from one of the world's worst projects, which was Father Panic Village. And in the 90s, the crime rate had went up, and it went up massively, more so in the 2000 era, and it's actually worse today.
Usually high crime areas go hand in hand with low income. Were you rich, wealthy people?
We were not.
Were you on any government assistance of any sort?
Not that I know of.
What type of work was done by the breadwinners in the family?
Our grandmother was a cook. Jose's dad was a bus driver. His mom was a stay-at-home mom.
A school bus or a city bus?
City bus driver.
And how much schooling did Jose have? Did he graduate high school, if you know?
Well, Jose left at around 16 years of age, so no, he did not graduate high school.
He left for where?
Florida, to live.
Did he stay in touch with you?
He stayed in touch with the entire family.
When you mentioned that he would sort of act as a mediator or peacekeeper among squabbling sisters and cousins, correct?
Right.
Would you characterize Jose as having been a positive influence on you or other family members when he was with you in Connecticut?
Yes,
he ended up having a baby, and his decision was to leave and have a better life for his baby. Him and his son's mother left together. I believe she was a little older than he was, if I can remember. I am one of the smaller ones in the family, but I do remember them all really well, and they came here to start a great life, and he did exactly that.
Have you stayed in touch with Jose during these 7 years while he's been in our county jail?
I have not stayed in touch with Jose. He contacts, whoever he speaks to in the family. I hear about anything through my eldest aunt, but I have not. I've been going through my own personal stuff with my children and grandchild.
Okay, but you follow along vicariously through other family members.
Yeah, through the great aunt.
This is the jury who will be making a weighty recommendation to the judge about what should happen to Jose, and the choices are he should be sentenced to death or he should be sentenced to life without parole in Florida prison. What is your position?
Objection. I'll sustain the objection.
Is there anything else that you would like the jury to bear in mind while they make their decision?
Yes, I would like the jury to have mercy over him because you guys made your decision, and I respect your decision. But he's not.
Jury should disregard the answer to the question. Objection sustained.
Okay. If you have anything that you would like the jury to consider that doesn't have to do with them exercising mercy, anything you want them to, anything you would like them to know about Jose's character?
Well, Jose is a good person. We all went to church. We came from a terrible background, but we all stood together whole as a family. He's a good dad. He's a good friend. He's a good relative. And I just don't know him for this.
Thank you. You have traveled down here from Connecticut to deliver this testimony, yes?
I have.
Thank you very much. That's all I have for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so I just want to put a finer point on some of the things that you discussed just now, okay?
Yes.
I believe you said that you knew Jose essentially all his life.
All his life.
Right? And you're related how?
I'm his cousin.
You're his cousin, okay. Yeah. And you lived very close to Jose when he was growing up as a small child, correct?
Yes, we all lived in an apartment building.
Right. So you're familiar with him?
Right.
Okay.
He taught me how to ride a bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
And like a really big bike. He taught us everything that we needed to know. He taught us how to be like handy girls, how to use a hammer. He taught us basically what we didn't have a brother, so he was our brother.
Sure. And when you grew up, you had a considerable number of family members around you when he grew up, right?
Right.
Meaning that he was exposed to those family members as well.
Yes, at all times.
Okay. So, and you're familiar with all those folks?
Yes.
You lived with them?
Yes.
Okay. So you know that the defendant, first of all, he was never sexually molested, right?
I do know that.
Okay. He was never physically abused, correct?
No, he was not.
Okay. And in fact, you even said that not only was he never emotionally abused,
no,
right? I think you told me out in the hall that nobody had ever even yelled at him when he was a child.
No.
Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. And to put a finer point onto your relationship with him since he moved to Florida, okay? So let's focus in on that. He moved to Florida when he was 16 years old.
Right.
Around 1993.
Right.
Okay. And you would have not, you did not see him physically in person between 1993 and 2018, but just a handful of times.
Right.
If ever.
No, he came a few times.
Okay.
To Connecticut, and he stopped to visit us. There was times. There was a time I heard he was there. I was down in Jamaica, burying a relative. So there's times where I missed it, but he came and I heard about it.
Okay. Okay. But your best estimate would be probably less than 5 times. Is that fair to say?
Right.
Between 93 and 2018.
Right.
Okay. And you haven't had any contact with him, I think you said on direct examination,
right,
for the last 7 years since he's been incarcerated. Is that right? Okay. All right. Thank you, man. I have no further questions.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may step down from the witness stand. And the defense next witness or piece of evidence.
May we have Taisha Hernandez called to the stand?
Witness, we'd ask her first.
Sure.
Okay. Objection here. This is. I'll give him this. The witnesses that are testifying for Jose have both said the same thing, that Jose was a family guy. He just had a lot of families. He was a good dad to all his kids wherever they were. All these things seem the same across the board, with the exception, obviously, of the victim and her unborn child. His propensity for violence was virtually non-existent even when provoked. Yeah. She knew the boy, not the man. Yeah, he was great until he was terrible, is what we're hearing. Now they're bringing in the next witness.
Do you swear affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you.
Can't be a girlfriend.
All right, you may inquire of the witness.
Okay, speak right, nice and loud right into that microphone. Tell us who you are.
My name is Taisha Hernandez.
How do you spell your name?
Taisha.
And Hernandez standard?
Yes.
You see Jose?
Yes, I do.
How do you know him?
That's my cousin.
Speak up nice and loud.
That's my cousin.
He's your cousin. Did you and he live together or very near each other in Connecticut?
Yeah, we all lived in a building, all our family members together in one building. Like, basically, we all left doors open, so it's like we all lived together.
Are you Jose's older, or I think you're younger cousin?
I'm the youngest cousin, yes. One of the youngest cousins.
Regarding Bridgeport and your particular neighborhood in it, was it nice? Was it criminal? Was it violent? You tell us.
It's not a place you want to raise your family in, so it's not nice, or it's what you make it.
And Jose, as a teenager, left the area?
Yes.
To come here to Florida?
Live a better life.
You approve that decision?
Yes, I would too. It was everybody's plan. It's always been on our family's plan to get out of Connecticut and come this way.
What can you tell the jury right here about Jose's character?
Jose's very lovable, caring. We treat him as one of our big brothers. He's always, me and him keep contact. It's always been like, when you're moving over here, it was something we all talked about. So it was like a dream of ours, So I'm a mom, so raising our kids is like, yeah, I'm gonna move here and this is where I'm gonna raise my kids to give them a better life and everything else. But, we're stubborn and life doesn't work for us that way as fast. But he's always want to help me. I can move in with them. They'll help me find a job, put the kids in a better school system and stuff like that. He's always caring, always put other people first before him.
When Jose came down here, he worked?
Yes.
And you just told us, I think, even though I don't think you maybe were able to carry through on it, Jose encouraged you and other family members to follow?
Help, always help, yep. He was our support system if we come, until we got on our feet.
He encouraged you to a better life?
Yes, always.
Have you observed Jose at any point to be violent?
Never.
Have you observed Jose at any point to exhibit kindness or generosity?
He's always kindness. He would put somebody else first before him. That's how nice he is.
We heard some testimony that some of the female cousins of Jose's might squabble and disagree among each other. How would Jose handle that?
He doesn't like us to be fighting. That's one thing. We're family oriented. We're supposed to be there for each other.
While Jose's been in jail here in Florida on this charge, have you stayed in touch with him?
Yes, I have.
Nice and loud.
Yes, I have.
How?
By phone.
Have you put any money on his canteen account?
No, his mom and my aunt.
What's his mom's name?
Carmen Escalera.
Was Jose able to finish out and obtain a high school diploma, do you know?
I don't think so.
Did Jose grow up in wealth and affluence, or did he not have money?
No, we all struggle. He wasn't raised that way with money.
Is there anything that you would like the jurors here to carry in their minds regarding Jose's character when they figure out what to do here?
Jose is a very loving, kind guy. I mean, I respect the decision you guys made, but that's not the Jose I know. And like I said, he loved his kids, loved his family. He always put us first before anything else, and he's over-caring. Respectfully, you know, even talking to him from jail, he's always positive and still guides me to today to do better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for coming to all questions I have for you. The state may have some questions.
Cross-examination?
No questions.
All right. You may step down. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. And the defense next witness or item of evidence.
Judge, if we could have Monica Ropiza. Monica Ropiza.
Well, what went wrong?
Face the clerk, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Thank you.
And you may inquire of the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sit real close to that microphone you see in front of you there and talk up loud. Tell us who you are, ma'am.
I'm Monica Ropiza.
And how do you spell your last name, Monica?
Ropiza.
You see Jose over there?
I do.
How do you know him?
That's my cousin.
3 cousins come to testify.
Did you know Jose in Bridgeport, Connecticut?
I do.
Tell us about the family circumstances there in Bridgeport at that time.
We lived in a rough neighborhood. We stayed pretty close. We were, you know, really family orientated. Jose was like my big brother. He still is. He always made sure that he, you know, did positive things and told us positive stuff.
You would characterize him as a positive influence on you and the others?
Good role model.
The neighborhood was rough. Can you expand on that a little bit for us, please?
We lived where there was drug dealers, you know, people who was always fighting, crazy people around us. We always stayed united as family. We try not to be around stuff like that, you know. Try to do good stuff.
But you could not avoid seeing it.
No.
And Jose would have seen it also.
Yeah.
Based on the answers thus far, may we assume that you and Jose and the family did not have a lot of money?
No. We had what we needed.
No. You mentioned the closeness of the family. Do you still stay close to Jose?
I do. Not as much as when we were younger, but I do. We talk. I visit. He visits us. We moved down here for 5 years, me and my sister.
Oh,
When
so
we
you-
were,
you- from
when we were
Connecticut?
younger, yeah. After Jose moved down here, then we moved down with our father, and we stayed down here for about 5 years and came back. Well, we kept
And
in
you would
contact.
interact regularly with Jose while you were in Florida?
Not every day, but yeah, we did.
Have you ever seen or heard of Jose doing anything violent?
No, Jose was never violent. He was always cool, calm, collective, always giving us advice, make sure we don't fight, we're not doing wrong things.
But you do know what he is convicted of now here in this case.
I respect the jury's, decision. I don't know him to be that person at all.
Has Jose, within your observation and direct knowledge, exhibited kindness or generosity, anything like that?
He's always kind. He's always happy, positive.
Well, these are the folks who are going to be making a recommendation to the judge as to what should happen, whether Jose should serve out his life in a prison or whether he should be taken out and executed. Is there anything about Jose's character, anything about Jose that these jurors should consider when they figure that issue out?
Jose's really good-hearted, positive. He was never mean. He didn't like confrontation. It's just family kid. Made sure his siblings, his little cousins were good. They weren't getting in trouble. He never wanted that for us, ever.
That's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No question. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down from the witness stand. And the defense next witness or item of evidence. Your Honor.
Our next witness, and I believe our final witness, will be Carmen Escalera. Carmen Escalera.
Carmen, is that his
Mom?
Yes, we need our interpreter. Yes, sir.
Members of the jury, the next witness is going to be testifying through Ms. Valdivieso. If you recall, she's been sworn for this trial to do her job. She's a court-certified interpreter. She does not need to be re-sworn. She works for the court. She's independent. Bear that in mind. She's completely neutral. She's here solely to assist in communicating the witness to you. She will repeat only what is said and will not add, omit, or summarize anything. And with regard to what she tells you, some of you may know Spanish, but it's important that all jurors consider the same evidence. Therefore, you must accept the English translation that she gives you and disregard any different meaning that may occur to you.
being assisted up to the witness stand.
Sure, if that's better, whichever is more comfortable.
Do you swear or affirm
¿Usted jura o afirma
that the evidence you're about to give
que el testimonio que va a dar
will be the truth,
será la verdad?
the whole truth,
Yes, toda la verdad.
and nothing
Yes.
but the truth?
Y nada más que la verdad? Yes.
Thank you.
Gracias.
She said yes like 100 times in there. Wow. Jose's already having a hard time
Judge, it
seeing
would
his
be easier
mom.
for the board to step up. Could we have the witness just sit right here?
Just concerned about the microphone amplifying her voice.
We would have one right in front here.
We don't need her voice amplified. It's the interpreters. This probably is one of the last times you will see any of these people in the same room without a divider between them.
You give that to Ms. Valdez. She can speak into that microphone. It'll amplify what she translates. Ms. Valdez, if you could hold that so the jury can hear your translation. It's not really matter. It's not important so much that they hear her amplified. It's more important to hear you.
Okay.
Is it on? You want to check just by... Very good.
I knew they were going to do that.
Okay, ma'am. Tell these folks who you are.
Bien, señora, dígale a estos señores aquí quién es usted.
Me llamo Carmen Escalera.
My name is Carmen Escalera.
Okay. You see Jose there.
¿Usted ve a José allá?
How do you know him?
¿Cómo es que lo conoce? ¿Mm? ¿Perdón? I know him because he is my son.
Okay. You remember when I came to visit you?
¿Usted recuerda cuando le fui a visitar en Connecticut?
Sí, yo me recuerdo, pero no recuerdo el día.
Yes, I remember that, but I don't remember the day.
Oh, you don't have to remember the exact day.
No tiene que recordar el día.
But I took some items away with me from you, right?
Yo tomé algunas cosas conmigo.
Yeah, pictures.
Yes, pictures.
So we'll get to them. We'll get to them first, okay?
Hablaremos de ello primero.
So I'm going to. May I approach the witness, Judge?
You may.
I'm going to show you some items, some photos.
Le voy a mostrar algunas fotos.
It is Defense Penalty Phase Exhibit 3.
Es el pruebas número a ser admitidas número 3 del panel de la defensa. Si usted puede tomarlas y mirarlas.
Take a look through each one.
Mire cada una. This is me.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm going to ask you about them after you just.
No, le voy a preguntar en un momento. Solamente deseo que las mire a ver si las reconoce.
Have you looked through them?
¿Las revisó todas? Yes.
Do these photographs accurately represent these items that I have right here?
Estas fotografías aquí describen exactamente lo que yo tomé aquí. Yes, all of them, just like it is.
These photographs
Judge, at this
represent
time,
the
I would like to
photographs.
move the photo composite defense penalty phase 3 into evidence.
No objection. Those items will come into evidence without objection.
Thank you.
These photographs represent the photographs. That's the funniest question.
And Judge, I would like to, I'm going to review the items one at a time with the witness. The photos will go back in evidence, but I'd like to publish the actual items if I might.
Any objection to that? Do you know what he's referring to?
No.
Okay, you may do so.
Yeah, I'll hand the actual photos
Sure.
around.
You
They
may
will
do
not
so.
go back. Yes, they will. The photos, this will stay with you.
Estas fotos se quedan con usted.
Okay?
¿Está bien?
The rest.
The rest of the pictures.
All of it goes to you.
Todas se les va a devolver.
Okay, the jury will work with the photos.
El jurado se quedará con estas fotos, pero usted recibirá los marcos.
So let's work at them one at a time, okay?
Entonces hablemos de una a la vez, ¿está bien?
This photograph, what is this a picture of?
Esta fotografía, ¿quién está en esa foto?
My son, no my son, my sobrino.
That's my nephew.
And who is this?
¿Y quién está allí? That's me.
They brought the
Ese es
frames.
usted.
All that hair.
Con todo ese cabello.
Yeah, now the okay.
No, it's not.
They brought the frames off the wall. Wow. Technically, these, once they're admitted as evidence, should be in the file.
¿Usted reconoce este objeto? José.
That's Jose.
This is José. That's José.
Do you know how old Jose is?
¿Usted sabe qué edad tiene allí?
Allí,
¿Perdón?
un año de
1 year old.
I've never seen him do that. The images themselves get
¿Reconoce esta foto? My grandson. Hábleme en español, señora.
Esos son mis nietos.
Those are my grandchildren. José's sons.
José's sons.
Los hijos de José.
Who's
Yes.
who?
¿Cuál es cuál?
That's not even Jose. Those are his kids.
También, and the other one, I don't remember the name.
Was this picture taken a long time ago?
Esta foto fue hace mucho tiempo. Yeah, it's a very old picture.
Thank
you. Gracias.
These are literally, he went through the house and took all the pictures off the walls, and we're showing them.
This photograph, this Jose too?
¿Y esta foto es José también? Yes, also José.
Was this a school photo or did you take it yourself?
Esta fue una foto, señora, espéreme. ¿Esta foto fue tomada por usted o en la escuela?
No, eso fue school.
That's from school.
Thank you. Do you remember what grade Jose was in there?
¿Recuerda en qué año estaba?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Oh, not in kindergarten anymore, I don't think. Who is this?
¿Y este quién es?
My son and his friend.
My son and his friend.
That's Jose?
¿Él es José? That's
He
José.
was younger.
¿Perdón?
Está jovencito aquí.
He's young in there.
Do you remember?
All the pictures that I have here around him.
The young lady, do you know who that is?
¿La jovencita sabe quién es? ¿Perdón?
Nancy.
I think Nancy, something like that.
Do you remember about how old was Jose when this photograph was taken?
¿Usted recuerda qué edad tenía José cuando tomaron esa foto?
He was 12 or 13 years old in that photo.
He was 12 or 13 years old in that picture.
14.
Or 14.
Was this photograph taken in your house?
¿Esa foto la tomaron en la casa de usted?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Who are we looking at here?
Y aquí estamos mirando acá. My grandchildren.
These Jose's children?
Los hijos de José. Yes.
The interpreter's using a Shure SLDX SM58 microphone.
We've got 5 photos. They look like they're taken. Were these
How do
taken
I
at the
know?
same time?
Acá hay 5 fotos. Fueron las 5 fotos tomadas a la misma vez. Yes. Yes. Yes, the same place, the same house. I ordered them. That's my daughter and that's Jose. This is Jose and his sister.
Did you have a photographer come to the house to do this?
Yeah.
Un fotógrafo vino a la casa. Yes.
How old do you remember Jose is there?
¿Qué edad recuerda usted que tenía José allí?
Ella tiene como, él tiene entre 2 años.
He's about 2.
Y ella entre 1.
Y she's about 1.
Thank you.
Yes.
They're great wireless mics. Not top of the line, but I have 2 of these, so they're a pair.
Okay, this is the last
Great
item.
pickup.
Este es el último objeto.
What is this?
¿Qué es esto?
Un diploma de la escuela de José.
That was a school diploma from Jose.
And the date is 1982, is that right?
El año es 1982. ¿Es eso correcto? Yes.
And,
This is there.
and it says that's Jose's name there?
¿Y está el nombre de José allí? Yes, José Escalera.
This diploma says that in 1982, Jose Escalera is entitled to promotion from kindergarten to first grade.
Acá dice que José Escalera en el 98 entonces pasó de kindergarten a primer año. Yes, to first grade.
And that's given at Bridgeport.
Kindergarten
Eso se hizo en
to
Bridgeport.
first grade.
Yes. Gracias.
Tell me about when you and Jose were living in Bridgeport and Jose was growing up in Bridgeport. Was it a tough neighborhood or a nice neighborhood?
Cuéntame cuando usted y José vivían allí, cuando él estaba creciendo en Bridgeport, ¿era un barrio difícil o era un barrio bueno? It was a good one.
How long did you live there?
¿Cuánto tiempo vivió allí? Over 20 years there.
And in this good neighborhood, did you have a lot of money, ma'am?
¿Y en este barrio tenía usted mucho dinero? Money from where?
Can you, remembering Jose when he was in school or when he was with that young lady, remembering Jose's essential nature, would you describe Jose as a violent person?
¿Usted recuerda cuando José en esa foto de jovencito con esa amiga, usted recuerda cuál era la naturaleza de su personalidad? Que si él era un muchacho violento?
No.
No.
Era amable.
He was kind.
Had you ever seen him to hit anybody or be involved in fighting?
¿Usted alguna vez lo vio a él pegarle a alguien o estar involucrado en alguna pelea? No, he was one that I have to defend, so nobody will be hitting him.
Oh, he had to be defended himself.
¿Que tenía que defenderse? No, he never asked for trouble.
How did he do in school?
¿Cómo le iba en la escuela? Very well.
Did he go all the way through and get a high school diploma?
¿Terminó la escuela y sacó su diploma de high school? No, no.
Did he move to Florida when he was a teenager?
Él se mudó a Florida cuando era un adolescente. Yes.
And did he work and make his own way when he came to Florida?
Él trabajó y se mantenía él mismo aquí cuando se mudó a Florida. He was working all by himself.
You mentioned that Jose was kind.
Usted dijo que José era amable. Yes.
Was he the type to become hot-headed and angry?
Él era el tipo de que se le calentaba la cabeza y se enojaba. No. Not at all.
Did you observe him, or would you characterize Jose as being a positive influence on his cousins?
¿Usted lo veía a José como que él era una influencia positiva a sus primos?
No.
¿Perdón?
No.
No.
No, he was not a good influence. Was he
Él no era buena influencia.
Él no le hacía nada a mi mamá, era de eso que hacía, era de...
¿Perdón?
No de eso, no sé. Que no era mala influencia para las nenas. No,
He was not bad influence to the children.
He was not a bad influence.
No era mala influencia.
No.
No.
Was he a good influence?
Él era buena influencia. Yes.
Just a little misunderstanding there. Got through it.
Have you been able to stay in communication with Jose while he's been in jail here?
Mientras él estaba aquí en la cárcel, ¿usted ha estado en comunicación con él? Yes. By phone.
Have you been able to put any money into the jail so Jose could buy snacks or stuff like that?
¿Usted ha podido poner dinero en la cuenta de él para que él pueda comprar cosas de comer?
She understands English, but probably not fluently enough to get the nuances of some of the questions.
Do you know whether Jose provided support for his children, financial support?
¿Usted sabe si es que José mantenía económicamente a sus hijos? He supported them.
Is there anything else about Jose's nature or character that you would like these folks here to think about when they make their decision?
¿Hay algo que usted desea decir de la naturaleza o de la personalidad de José aquí a estas personas para que ellos tengan en cuenta cuando tomen su decisión? With all due respect, that is his decision.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have for you, ma'am. Thank you for coming.
Gracias, esas son todas las preguntas que tengo. Gracias por estar presente.
Any questions from the state?
¿La fiscalía desea preguntar? No hay preguntas.
Thank you. You may step down from the witness stand.
Usted puede retirarse, señora. Ahí la van a ayudar. Okay.
And counsel, if you could approach at this time.
Whoa, white noise activated. Clearly, traveling from Connecticut down to Florida with the health condition that she's in was a huge sacrifice for her. Even just moving in and out of the courtroom is something she's struggling with. Don't think she can stay in the courtroom and sit on those benches. There's no way that would be comfortable. They're not comfortable for people who don't have health conditions. Yeah, she can't stay. They can't.
Rest your case at this time.
Yes, regarding the penalty phase, the defense does rest. Thank you.
Members of the jury, both sides have rested their case. We're going to take a lunch break for you all at this time. We're going to continue to work, and we're going to reconvene at 1:15 to begin the arguments in the case. Remember, you have not heard the arguments, you have not heard the instructions on the law in completion. Don't form any definite or fixed opinion. Very importantly, make sure you judge this case only on the proper evidence presented. Don't talk to anyone, including your fellow jurors, this time. Enjoy your lunch. 1:15, we'll see you then. Please leave your notes in your chairs.
Amber, thanks for posting this. For those of you who are interested in getting an easy and comfortable Halloween costume, Prison Escape hoodies are available. They will inform everyone around you that that is in fact your Prison Escape hoodie, so they recognize your costume immediately. Throw back to the Cavalcante case where we came up with those.
See a typo on the verdict form. The word sentence should be sentenced. I just saw that.
There's a couple other things too that I have some questions about.
On the jury verdict form. I emailed you the updated verdict form.
I think we should.
Go ahead. You want to do that first or
The verdict form we can do first.
Sure.
So, I mean,
You both have the latest email I just sent you on the verdict form?
We're pulling it up right now, Judge.
Right.
the first one is the case number. It's not the same as the first verdict form. This one's just a shortened version. I don't know if you want to put the 56-2018-00.
Doesn't matter.
All right. The next one is, and I tried to see if we put the preliminary instructions in. I thought in the preliminary instructions we referred to the first aggravating factor as previously or contemporaneously, and we only have previously convicted of another capital felony.
See, hold on a second.
And I know looking at the standard you can put either or. I just don't want them to be confused.
No, it's contemporaneous, so that needs to be in.
Right.
I will put that in. That should be for both sections.
Correct.
Or adding that.
And
hold on and give me a second. Put it in the second part.
So in closing, the defense gets to argue things that were admitted in this testimony.
At the bottom of page 1, it says, if you, the jury, answered no to every aggravating factor, you've completed your deliberations. It should probably say you've completed your deliberations as to count 1. Please proceed to count 2. But I don't want them to just stop there and not.
If the jury answered no to every factor, you have completed your deliberations.
The bailiff has a nice watch.
Okay.
What kind of watch is that? Is that gold? Bailiff there in the back?
That is acceptable.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I think you fixed the should be sentenced. You
Right.
fixed that on both already.
Correct. Got that.
And when you changed the first aggravating factor for count 1, you changed it on count 2?
Yeah, now it reads, was previously or contemporaneously convicted of another capital felony.
You have to link it again, Amber.
If you want to, I could just say was contemporaneously and get rid of the previously.
There it is. Click the link in chat if you want
Judge.
one.
It used to be just, I think they amended it just for clarification. It used to just say previously.
It's in the standard instructions, so
Right.
that you can put either one.
I'll just leave it as it is, previously or contemporaneously.
Yes, sir. Under section 2, where it's talking about the division of votes, the second sentence where it says, if 8 or more jurors vote for the death penalty, your recommendation must be for the death penalty. Can we, I think that's a little bit confusing. Can we amend it to your recommendation as
Will
a
be.
whole will then be for the death penalty? It's almost like the court's imploring them to
Or we
vote
could
for
say,
that.
If 8 vote, you all have
if,
to say
if
yes.
8 or more jurors vote for the death penalty, your recommendation is for the death penalty.
Yes.
Does that work for the state?
I just wanted to say exactly what the standard says. I'm trying to look. I'm just double checking.
I'm not sure if that's from the standard or if I got that from some other case.
In the standard, it has the first part. If fewer than 8 jurors vote for the death penalty, the court must sentence the defendant to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The next section says, if 8 or more jurors vote for the death penalty, your recommendation must be for the death penalty. This recommendation is not binding on the court. However, I am required to assign and give it great weight. Unless I'm at a different.
I just don't agree with that language. I don't think that that's legally accurate.
I'm not,
And
it's
saying-
awkward too.
Right.
It must be, like it is, as your recommendation is for the death penalty.
Right.
If 8 or more jurors vote for the death penalty, your recommendation is for the death penalty.
Right.
So I'll leave it at that. I think it's clearer.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Just think it was awkward language.
As long as the defense is saying they don't have an
Right.
objection to, because they're changing the standard.
Right,
Yeah.
but I think we're changing it to more be in line with the law. It's not like your recommendation must be for death. If 8 or more do, it is. It's not
Exactly.
must. It is.
Yeah,
Right.
as long as they're okay with
Right.
that.
Yeah, I just think it's not really problematic in that it's just unclear, and this is much more clear.
Right.
Does that work for the verdict form?
I think that's everything.
Print that out.
Probably the most emotional day for Jose today with
And
his family and, well, I guess, family and a
As
couple
to
other
the
people
instructions,
testifying for him.
which I intend to print out a copy for each of the 12 jurors of the instructions. You do it in the guilt phase, so
I think we just, at the one part in the first aggravating factor, we just want to say it was previously or
oh,
contemporaneously
gotcha. Okay,
convicted.
was previously or contemporaneously
And then for number,
contemporaneously.
This is how I type.
And then
Trying to
for number
spell
2,
it
I
out.
think-
Does that look right?
and it's in the standard instructions. I don't know if they changed this. It says we use pecuniary gain here, but we use financial gain.
Which one do you prefer?
I would prefer financial.
Financial as opposed to pecuniary? Any
And
objection to that?
I should like to confuse them.
Yeah, that's it. I always, when we use that word, I think, how many people know that word? The lawyers know it.
Right.
They learned it in law school.
Financial gain is
Yeah.
is accurate and is language that is more easily understood.
Okay, so I'll change that to financial gain.
And then
In number 2, but if that's also, that repeats, doesn't it? As to,
in the verdict form, we put
no,
financial.
it doesn't repeat because the way we did it, right.
Yeah.
As the, because number 4, I specified it's only for the unborn child. Okay, that's good. That's better.
Oh, Judge, just so for the completeness of the record, I should and will right now renew my objection regarding the constitutionality of this whole 8-4 scheme, Judge.
Okay, that's noted and preserved. Case has been going on for so long. I'm sure we litigated that at some point, but I can't remember exactly. It was
yes.
probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
8-4?
But that's preserved for the records. Anything else on the instructions?
Second to last paragraph, the 8 or more thing just needs to match whatever we just changed it to.
Second, or if you're, Then 8. Okay, if 8 or more, your recommendation is for the death penalty. The recommendation is not
They're talking
binding
about the
court.
8.
However, I'm required to assign and give a great
8
weight
to
and
4
deference to
voting
the
for the
recommendations
jurors
of the
in
standard
favor of
language.
death.
Okay, so I have corrected that.
So they're objecting to the Florida law that allows only 8 jurors to condemn to death.
Otherwise, look good.
It might come back unanimous, and then that's a moot point. Apparently, you can
Clerk-
object to law
before
on a
we
constitutional
when
basis.
I do print them, the clerk wants a copy.
The Constitution
Right,
being the
your own copy
Supreme
and
Court of
the,
Supreme law of the land.
Court reporter wants a copy too, right?
Please, Judge.
So we'll go with 14 total. Before I hit print, though, and finalize it. Look good otherwise?
Yes.
All right, so I'll go ahead and print those, and then we'll come back at 1:15 for your closing arguments. Any other issues as far as what's going back to the jury during deliberations, the jury instructions, the defense exhibits? I don't think there are any state exhibits for the penalty phase.
No, sir.
Okay. Very good. All right, so we'll go off the... Oh, wait.
Hold, please, they say. The prison escape hoodie comes in size between small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, and 5XL.
Just to be...
I happen to be on the larger
sure.
end of that.
Well, let me see what the defense has. It looks like they're pondering something.
Judge, may we amend the record relative to some of our missing witnesses? This might be at least a partial explanation.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, what's this?
Judge, I was informed, and again, as Mr. Burns said, just to clarify for the record, for purposes of appeal, should we get there, I learned last night in conversation with our witnesses and our expert that my client's ex-wife, Deborah Escalera, was essentially tampering with our mitigation witnesses and texting them or calling them and telling them not to come to court and not to testify.
Right.
So just as a background to why I think that, again, we don't have as many mitigation witnesses as we started with, that could potentially be a reason. I don't know if the state wants to flesh that out for purposes of criminal charges.
Criminal tampering,
or
witness
what,
tampering
but
charges.
it has significantly impacted our ability to call witnesses in this case. I didn't know, I mean, there was the publicity issue, which we have talked about, and I think we've laid the record on that yesterday. But this is another wrinkle that I had not anticipated and did not know about until last night. But that person was specifically contacting our witnesses or potential witnesses, including my client's son, one of his sons, and telling them not to come.
So this is the
witnesses
first
back
we've
saying
heard about
me,
this.
me.
My first question is, has any of this been reported to law enforcement, to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge at this time, but that's not to say that it will not be.
Do you have any witnesses who could come in and provide sworn testimony?
Boom, and back. She's like, me.
Well, I think that matter probably is best left there between y'all. But given the nature of this proceeding and my review of the record in this case, I think most of what I've seen in the court file as far as potential mitigation has come out through the witnesses. However, there was a bond hearing that I reviewed. Judge Levin was the judge. It was when the case first started with Mr. Villafranco was the attorney. Damian Escalera, I believe, testified at that bond hearing. Just throwing that out there. It's a strategy decision whether you wanted to put it in the record before the jury. I believe you could. It was a bond hearing. The state, Judge Hendricks, who was a prosecutor at the time, was present. There were some other witnesses who testified in that bond hearing too. As I said, most of it was covered here. But just put that out there. There's a transcript in the court file of that. If you wanted to put that before the jury, you have the option of doing that, but that could also flesh out the mitigation.
I appreciate that, Judge. I think we'll stand on the record as it is now. I shouldn't want to do anything that might serve to highlight the absence of these witnesses to the jury.
Okay, and there again, it's a strategy decision. Even based on the content of what was said there, there's a tremendous amount of strategy involved in there. One of the witnesses who testified was Timothy Carroll, who was a pastor at Discovery Church, the defendant's pastor at the time. But I understand it's putting that before the jury, that could backfire in several ways. That's a matter of strategy that the attorneys are well schooled on, trained on, as far as how far to go without going too far and not causing the wrong response. But just wanted to throw it out there because I did come across it in my review of the case before the trial, that bond hearing, which happened early. A lot of the witnesses who testified at that time were testifying under the strong belief of the defendant's innocence at that time. That did come out in the examination of them as well. So that's another factor probably the jury could discern from hearing the transcript as well. That would come out, and that's a double-edged sword as well. But I just want to throw that out there given the nature. The reason I do that too is if in the case laws you're probably aware of, in the cases where the defendant waives mitigation, it's the judge's burden to look in the case and do his own mitigation research. So along the lines of the habit of doing that, I noted that's in the record. But I think we all understand the dynamics of this, and the issue about the witness tampering and so forth. That's a matter I leave to the state to investigate as appropriate. And without further comment from me, that's not my place to do that. So with that, I've printed out the instructions in the hall. I'll retrieve them on the break. And anything else before we break for lunch? And then your arguments begin at 1:15. Oh, just to be absolutely clear, the state gets one closing argument first. The defense goes next. There's no rebuttal by the state, just so you're aware. In case there was a request to do the rebuttal, not at this stage of the proceedings. The only time we don't have that in criminal. All right, so we'll see you at 1:15. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go off the record.
Oh, you can't. Bailiffs are moving right up there. Pink cuffs go on. It's I will say this about Jose. It's a sign of his behavior that the way the bailiff just handcuffed him in front, and just right there with one bailiff. He's clearly not somebody they're concerned about as far as his behavior. He's probably been a model inmate, which arguably he may be for some time. Witness tampering question. Let me put this on the screen. Felicia, defense, right at the last minute, put a note on the record saying, Judge, we talked to you a minute ago, it was yesterday, about how we're not getting the witnesses down. They're not coming down. They've been all this media. They've been exposed to, attention, and they just don't want to testify and have, take the social backlash that may come with that. Today, they say we found out that some of that backlash and pressure has been from Jose's ex-wife, the woman he was married to at the time this murder was committed. She has been calling people saying, don't testify for him. And this is interesting. I can see why she might feel that way, because literally defense argued that she was the one who committed the murder. That was their case, that she was the one who did it. So I can see why she's upset, but that still is witness tampering. You can't do that. Just because you know who might be called in a case, you cannot call, man, she might get time for that. That's a serious thing. And if it sounds like there are text messages and phone call logs, and maybe even some of the witnesses that showed up in court today appeared from their actions as that was announced, that they also received that communication from her. That's not something you can do. I'm on the side of don't blame her. Yeah. Yeah, you don't mess with the process, though. Wow. Well, we've made it all the way to lunchtime. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be an hour and a half. I don't know what you guys are going to do with an hour and a half lunchtime. Honestly, I don't. Josh has sent me something. I'm not sure. Josh, what was this? This is Wild PPO here. Not sure if I can use this one. Hang on one second. See if I can pull this up in YouTube. Have we been here before, Josh? Seventeenth Circuit, 9th D. Circuit. Simpsons Live. That's not it. 17th Circuit, 9D. That's not it. See if I can get there. Just one second. Red Pen says, Buffer, I sent a size medium model for your viewers. Where did you send it to? Hey, Mrs. R.A., how are you doing?
Hey, good. Does the maid have her code to get into the Airbnb?
She does.
Okay, so thank you.
Has she reached out to us? Hang on one second. All right. Okay, slow down here. Slow the roll for just a minute. You sent something, a medium model? You sent it via email? How did it arrive, Red? Try Judge Rossi's personal meeting room. Okay, we'll try that. Just one second. Judge Rossi, personal meeting room. Got Judge Perkins instead. Tell you what I'm going to do, Josh. Hang on just one second. I'm going to search. I'm just going to type it in. Okay. all it's finding is Simpson. And a lot of appeals courts. I will say I like my hoodies baggy, and so I order a larger size. I think Red Pen had a similar experience. She ordered a small and felt better with a medium. To the burner phone. It came to the burner phone. I'm looking, but it just didn't come in yet. Oh, there it is. Are you okay with me showing this picture, Red? Because I've seen this picture before, and I'm pretty sure. Are you like 100% sure? Okay. Last time I saw this picture, it came with a "for your eyes only." Oh, sure. Now you're arguing. Okay, hang on. Got to send this to the machine. Okay. We'll get rid of Greener's court filing here for a minute. I'll respond at some other time. I'm loving it. There we go. Full screen. All right. This is a hoodie model for y'all. This is a medium, what a medium looks like. Now, just for the record, I have to say that this picture is not what it looks like. Red says, remember, I'm tiny. This is not what it looks like. Red did not actually slay a deer. This was a deer that was killed on roadkill, and the what looks to be a firearm that she's holding in this image is actually a pellet gun, which is not capable of killing a deer. So it's not that. It's just a deer that had passed away from an accident, and that's what it is. So thanks for modeling the picture there. Sloth Life says, I'm using lunchtime to file counter motion on Greeners for deprivation of humor over the last few days. That's funny. Okay, I can't find this court thing, Josh. Maybe I'll work on it on lunch, and possibly we'll do it on the way back, if that works. It's not wanting to go there. That makes sense. Okay, now we'll stop and start again. All right, we have a portal set up for this afternoon. We're going to come back at 1 o'clock, which is an hour and 20 minutes. It's not a long lunch, not a super lunch, but let's see. It's just being built right now. Make sure everything's in line. You might be first. Are you ambidextrous? I was as a kid. I think they run a little small, but I run big, so it's hard for me to tell. All right. Give me a second. We're getting everything built here. Portal incoming. Hope you guys have some plans for a great lunch, and also I hope you guys have plans for tonight to come and join us for the podcast at 8 p.m. For the Not Relevant Podcast, Season 3 episode. I think we're about 24, 25 or something like that. It's right up there. Let's see. Season 3, episode 35. Whoa, where has time gone? So please join us for that. That would be absolutely awesome. And I think that's all. I think that's all. They run a little small. Yes, the hoodies run a little small. Although I think my son took my hoodie with him when he moved. I need to get another. They better hurry up. A hurricane's coming for us in Florida. I hope it misses. Red, thank you very much. Enjoy your day out with your sister. Tell her hi from us. And everyone's going to behave really gone. No worries. Just focus on being with family. That's what comes first. We're coming back. What we're covering when we come back from lunch is closing arguments, and then what we anticipate to be a very short verdict watch. Remember, the verdict in this trial was quick. The jury came back quickly, and they've already made that decision. This next decision might be even faster because it's a simple poll. It's a simple poll. It's almost a straw poll. It could be done very, very quickly. So keep that in mind. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe. Until we go live again at 1 p.m. I missed the super chat. Haley's comment says, I feel a new country song is in the works. Misty H, welcome to the gallery. Rick Gruber gifted a membership. Thank you. Warren, member for 30 months. OG. And of course, DSN and Selena K, thank you both for gifting memberships as well. Sloth Life, I'll sign off on that motion. I'm good with it. Whatever it says, I'll sign the bottom. You're good. Thank you all. We're going to go to lunch. We'll see you in a little bit. 1 o'clock, we're going to start again. Just sit right there. Keep your arms and feet inside the right at all times, and we're going to portal over to the new one. We'll see you in a little bit. Have a great lunch. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. You're my new best friend.
There's a lawsuit.
I saw a chicken fight.
Hush! Now I'm trying to have court. You don't raise your voice again.
I was told counsel wanted to see me at sidebar.
I've got one more sound to play. Hang on. Portal's not coming yet.
Because he's the guy.
Wait. I've got one more sound to play. It's taking forever.
I don't like podiums, Your Honor.
Wait for it. Here we go.
So, how would you like me to proceed?
No. Hang on. Wait, don't go anywhere.
Shame on you, sir.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Have them send someone with more experience.
Okay, I'll do it later. I'm sorry, it's broken.